definitely play a role.
Right. And so when we showed the alternative yesterday, what he could have had, a Shakarita, whatever. What's her name?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. Her, he could have had one of these sisters on, in Atlanta, these ghetto sisters.
Pop the balloon. Yeah.
Right. And we said, what is a young man's alternative like that? Growing up in America as a, Black American, right? What is his alternatives? What would he likely choose? Right. And what he likely would choose, and it's, Stanley said, as it relates to his son, he deserved, right, the best.
Right.
And the best was probably not going to be a sister.
Correct.
Right. And so, I think the Blacks are kind of embarrassed, to be honest with you, Universal. Have you ever been to the Black American Museum here?
I've not been there. No, I'm familiar with the museum, but I haven't been.
I want to show you an exhibit. I went there, man. I want to show you an exhibit. You ain't gonna believe this when I show you this exhibit, and this is why I think they are embarrassing. This is an exhibit from the nigga. You ain't gonna believe this. You ready, Universal?
Yeah, let's see it.
It's an exhibit at the Black American Museum, the one that they had.
Ooh, the gestures. Okay.
Gestures exhibit. I saw it with my own eyes.
Oh man, there's a lot here.
I took my daddy to this motherfucker, and I took my dad. I said, they had to fake the demand, Universal. I don't know if you knew this.
Oh really? No, I know about how the tickets are because I was on my way to DC not too long ago, but I had to cancel my trip due to some family stuff, and I had bought tickets, but they set it up a certain way where you can only buy so many at a certain amount of time, and so you're saying that's false, huh?
Nigga, you're not gonna hear this anywhere else but here on the John God.
Oh man,
John God bringing that real raw shit. So let me tell you what happened, Universe. I go up to the Black America. I took my father. I said, "Let go." He wanted to come up to DC and see the exhibit. Black excellence he wanted to see. And so they had a scheme out. Can I call it a scheme? Is that fair? Call it a scheme? So here's what they did.
Yeah, it can be a scheme. Yeah.
So this museum is part of the Smithsonian exhibit. And what that means is
correct.
What that means is that it's free. They cannot charge.
Yep.
You understand? So what they had to do was do like some club shit. Nigga shit. Club shit.
Load up the line outside the club. Yeah.
They had to do so much to get this motherfucker jumping. You feel me?
Yeah.
To get money. To get political swing, because that shit's on the mall. So what they had to do was they didn't want that shit to open up to a fizzle, right? So one of the things they did was they made sure all public high schools scheduled tours. Not all, but a lot of the public high schools scheduled tours to this place to keep it packed, right?
Right.
The Northern Museum does that, in terms of like crowd, like trying to generate a crowd.
Right. Wow.
Also, they gave tickets. Northern Museum does that, right? And so that's kind of like to generate, to like build up, a crowd. You understand? Instead of just letting them flow freely like in every other museum. So when I went there, I said, man, I ain't doing that bullshit. Nigga, I just paid a bribe to the guard. Nigga, let me and my father and my family in. Nigga, walk right. And it was all fake. It was all manufactured crowd, manipulation. Wow. And so walking inside the museum, this is what you see, Universal. Nene Leakes. You remember the gestures that she used to do? Remember that?
Oh yeah. All the gestures. She became she became popular because of her attitude.
Can you read that, Universal? Can you read this one?
Yeah, I believe I can see it. So gestures of the defiance and protest. Oh, click back on it. All
let
right.
me scroll up a little bit again.
Of course.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it right. Can you read that, Universal?
I'm looking at the one on the far right for folks who are following along.
Can you see it again?
Yeah, I can make that.
All right,
go back to the last. Go zoom back in to where one more time.
I'm gonna scroll over a little bit so you can
And
see
then
it.
scroll over just a little bit, and I
All
should be able to make it out.
right.
Yeah, I can make that out. So on the far right, everybody, it says gestures of the defiance and protest. In
Mm.
the struggle, people who are challenging those in power can communicate their intent without uttering a word. African Americans often use body language to signal their defiance. These gestures also show solidarity amongst protesters. Hmm.
Universe, what's your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that right there, Universal? That's in the African American Museum. Gestures, my nigga. Gestures. Face. Eyes rolling. Look,
Mhm.
you see, look.
Gum popping.
That's what Stanley talked about.
Uh-huh.
Gun popping.
Gum popping.
These are other gestures.
Don't check me, boo.
Look at this, Universal. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at
My
this.
brother. We in this struggle together, my brother.
My brother, my hood. Ain't that a song?
Uh-huh. I'm so fly. I'm so good. Let's go.
I don't have time for this. Words aren't listen to this one, Universe. I don't have time for this. Words aren't always necessary to communicate that someone or something is unworthy of serious consideration. Gestures of dismissal are clear and easy to understand. They can telegraph contempt, condemnation, disapproval, and this is in a fucking museum.
Telegraph. That's called black. That's what I call black girl magic right there.
It's a museum, nigga. It's the Black American Museum, the one they spent so much time. And nigga said that Joy Reid. No, that's Nene Leakes.
No, but how many other black women have look just like this? I mean, it could be you could swap
To
Joy
build a
Reid out for
museum.
her.
University, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Went out there for a second.
When they decide to build a museum, this is who they decide to exhibit here. This is Nene Leakes showing you how to roll your eyes, nigga. Roll your eyes.
Historical African American figure, by the way, Nene Leakes.
Roll your eyes, nigga. Learn how to roll your eyes.
You know, she definitely helped during the civil rights movement. She was very pivotal in organizing the black women to empower the black men to stand up and stop being sorry ass niggas. That's what she did.
Someone said she had the blonde hair of a white woman to boot.
Mm.
Damn, like,
I'm sure that was on the wall somewhere.
University, like, honestly, man, like, why, we're back to the topic again. I want to share this with you. Look at this. Can you see that?
Yes.
I'm gonna for you. Someone tweeted the word blacks is trending on Twitter right now. It's nothing but random videos of assaults, conditioning viewers to draw negative conclusions about an entire racial group based on the worst representation. This is reprehensible, and Twitter is devolving into something dark. Someone responds, hey, go ahead and post the videos of a gang of white kids attacking a black kid or a white team. Go ahead. They're trying to they need to censor the information.
Yeah. They can't, you know why? And this is what we talked about yesterday. Even on, there was some comedy in it, but it's serious. You can't censor this because, as I keep saying, the toothpaste is out of the tube. It's happening everywhere, and everybody has a phone. Everybody can post it. You can't control this unless you're going to turn the damn Twitter off or the internet. You can't control this in every city. John, right now in your area is 10-16. I guarantee you there's been at least 100 fights across the country already in a school that black kids have initiated. I guarantee, pick a city. I guarantee you pick any high school, any middle school, there's already been a fight. We ain't through fourth period yet. I guarantee you. And this is not us being anti-black. This is just being honest about what's happening. There's a problem within this community.
University, you say you have daughters, right?
Yeah, I have 3 of them, yes.
And if you get down to brass tacks, bro, honestly, you got to be very concerned if your daughters start to like a YN.
Yes, absolutely.
That's probably more terrifying than your daughter getting on the pole.
At
You know,
this point in this world, it is. I'm not gonna lie.
which is more terrifying for you now? Your daughter getting on the pole or your daughter being attracted to YNs?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you, John. I would rather her entertain the idea of being on the pole than bring home a YN. I could not. I could not, bro.
And what would you fear of your daughter bringing home a YN? What would you fear?
Her safety, and also just her mindset. Because at that point, if she's willing to be with one, fall in love with one of these dudes, she's willing to sacrifice her future for this man, and that shit's not gonna work.
Would you see it as a failure if your daughter dated a YN?
Mm. I wouldn't say a failure. I would be disappointed.
Would you be disappointed? Guys, what do you think? YN or on the pole, which is the lowest?
Yeah, I'll be disappointed.
Oh.
I mean, either way, if I had to choose between both awful options, I'm gonna choose the YN because there's a problem. Because at that point, man, she's liable to do anything. Now, stripping is not a pathway for any of my kids, and I'm trying my hardest and then make sure they don't end up on any pole or on any OnlyFans links. But there may be an opportunity, even though that lifestyle is hard as hell. There may be an opportunity they maintain a little bit of themselves. But once they get involved with a YN, oh Lord,
It's over. And that is what I'm saying. Like when we talked about, let me play this video. But when we talked about Stanley, like, bro, like with the options out here in Black America, you can get backdoored by a sister. That's a real possibility. Am I wrong? You really get backdoored by a sister. You get backdoored by a sister's cousin, a brother like Jennifer Hudson, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if your son finds himself with an Asian woman, the odds of you getting backdoored slim to none, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you may end up like Young Jeezy, and it'd be such a cultural, fit, problem with the fit culturally, then it may not end up, working out the way you want it to. But you stand a better chance of living a full life with an Asian, right? Your offspring, the family, the parents, all the tangential connections to the Blacks.
Correct.
You don't have that if you date out. And I think a lot of Blacks, they look at that and they say, man, like dating within my race is really a setback for me.
Yeah.
Right. Like I take on all of her family and friends, that, may not be the type of people that I want around me, I want to call this guy, people were talking about my buddy Philippe this morning, and he dates Asian. He dates Filipino. And he sees it as kind of like he's earned the right to date them. He's a very successful man.
Mm-hmm.
Your call has been forwarded.
And, I think that, Stanley, someone mentioned that as well. Like, look, man, my son is successful. He was raised properly. They're equally yoked. They're evenly matched. Mm-hmm. Right? What do you think about that, Universal?
No, yeah, some of the things I heard Stanley say today, it's kind of, I find it very fascinating because it's kind of contradictory. On one hand, he's telling us how we need to be have Black excellence, but then he talks about his son, and his son's moving away from Blackness, period.
Mm-hmm.
So does Stanley, right? He's a biracial child. That's one level. Now he's with an Asian woman. That's the next. If he stays this course, ends up having children with Asian women, that's another level away from Black. So is that what Black excellence is going to become? It might be. And no, it might be the solution.
I mean, honestly, and again, I don't, I don't have a problem with people doing what they got to do. I just, I much prefer people be honest. And I think there is an element of wanting to breed out this bad genetics within us. It may be very subconscious, but there has to be an element of it, bro. Like we hear black women say, I want a child with good hair. Well, nigga, that's genetics.
Yes.
Right? If you extrapolate that beyond the good hair, let's say the intelligent blacks, when they want a child that behaves a certain way, along with the good hair,
right?
Am I wrong about that? Right? And so from that standpoint, a smart black would be thinking like, not only do I want a child with good hair, I want that motherfucker to be intelligent. And if you look at the blacks and you like, bro, if you look at the blacks, you deal with them on a day-to-day basis. Forget about the intelligence, just the behavior alone. The way you interact with these motherfuckers, they're argumentative, they'll fight you and shit like that. The violence.
Right.
You probably want to breed that out as well. Is that fair?
Correct. Absolutely.
It's reasonable. When Jesse Hilarious talked about that little child, that little boy talked about his nappy hair, there's nothing you can do about that. Right? There's nothing, cancer or no cancer, his hair is still going to be nappy. Do you think blacks really are happy with themselves when they see the racism? Is it really the color of their skin? I don't believe people are mistreating them because of the color of their skin. I don't believe that.
It's not that. It's the thing Martin Luther King said, the content of the character. And we see it over and over in so many places.
And I think that you heard that old white man that came on my roof. He said, man, I don't even think about blacks. I'm so poor. I can't fucking worry about blacks. But if you're embarrassed about yourself, then it's like a monkey on your back. Every time someone look at you sideways, you think they're poking fun at you or picking on you. Right? And you, whatever that is that causes these people to look at you that way, you want to get rid of it. And if it's the black skin, if you think that's part of it, then would you want to breed that shit out of you? Like, it's a reasonable question. Like, I couldn't believe, like, nigga, all I date is black women. I try to find the best of them that I can.
Amen. Amen.
Like, let me find the best one I can, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to create some excellence out of that, right? And I don't see my son being successful and now deserving of a non-black woman. I'm not saying it's wrong, but that just, I ain't wired like that, you know what I mean? And but if you do believe that, and based on the videos and shit you see, maybe it could be possible that if you want the best for your child, you shouldn't want them to have a black woman. I could see that. What do you think, HB?
No, I because I'm the same way as you, John. Like, I prefer black women, and I think the real issue is when you're dealing with black women, you do have to take a lot more things into consideration, and I think it's vice versa too. When they date us, they got to take a lot of things into consideration too that they might not have to take for other races. And because, man, I've been in situations, that backdoor shit, that shit is real, man.
Yeah, it's real. Like, Jennifer Hudson.
I'll tell you this story. I was at this like club, and this girl was just like pressing me hard. And I mean, it's not out of the norm, but she was a little bit more persistent. And so I took her back to the crib, took her to Pound Town, nigga shit. And we started talking. Come to find out, this girl, her baby daddy was a nigga that I was beefing with. I didn't even know. I didn't know until about a month in. And then she told me, she was like, yeah, he just kept talking about you. I had to, when I saw you, I had to, basically used me to get back at him. I'm like, yo, me and this nigga is beefing. Like, I thought she was just into me. It had nothing to do with that. And at that point, I never looked I never looked at Sisters the same really after that.
But I could tell you stories the same way, man. I remember meeting the girl up on Benning Road, which is like in the ghetto in DC, and I'm like, damn, this bitch setting me up, right?
Yeah.
I walk up, there's a bunch of niggas outside. Like, this bitch might be saying, when you dating outside your race, bro, backdooring is not even a thought.
You don't even think about it. Nah, you don't even think about it.
They ain't got nobody to backdoor you with.
Nope.
Todd, Philip, right? The niggas ain't gonna backdoor. They got too much to throw away.
Maybe with the police, but that's about it. Maybe.
But like, so from a young man, who's coming up in the world, bro, like, I can understand. I truly can understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you will want to, go for outside of your race. The options are there. The women are, probably much more amenable and things like that. And yeah, I don't know why people take offense. I don't know why Stanley took offense to it. Yeah.
Well, I think it was the yellow fever part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's
you think if I took that out, he wouldn't have a problem with it?
I think if you were a little bit more nuanced about it and just talked about it, not put it in the title. Yeah, I think the title was a little rough. I mean, trust me, it was fucking hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. When I saw it, I started crying, man. I was like, yo, this nigga John, he really is that nigga, man. Look at this nigga John is out of control, man.
We had to go a rumble. But man, as I said, back to the topic, man, like, is it the skin color or is it the genetics within?
Nah. It's the behavior. It really is the behavior. It has nothing to do with the skin color. And I think the skin color is a cop out to kind of overlook the behavior. And it's as a so-called proud black brother myself, like I just can't accept that there aren't any good black women out there. But I also don't deny that you do have to be a little bit more careful when choosing black women because there's so many other variables. I mean, it might not even be her. It might be her family you got to worry about. It might be, might be her dad or something, and I just don't see it as much in other races of women, where your life can be in jeopardy. Yeah, you might have some other issues, but I don't know. I just don't accept failure as an option for me anyway.
I think you heard the guy Truism yesterday, and he was expressing some sentiments there. I think a lot of black people talk very find it very hard to accept. He's very rough on black women. Yeah, and we don't talk about black women like that here. Shit, everyone here probably has. All of us here have black women. University may have multiple too, right?
Yeah.
But we do kind of face the realities, though. Someone said, "John, would you care if your kid gets made outside of their race?" So no, I wouldn't care. But at the same time, you're not going to hear me on here talking about the excellence of one group and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the difference between me. Like, shit, nigga. Like, I probably could have had me a white woman if I wanted one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd much rather build, around people I'm much more comfortable with. And I'm more comfortable around blacks, man. You know what I'm saying? I work through the problems that they have. And I'm not embarrassed by that. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of black people are embarrassed by the behavior, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I can see people be embarrassed by that,
Yep. I'm right there with you, John. Like, there are just certain things with black women that you have to accept. And I think it works both ways, man. Like I don't shy away from. I like I like rap, man. I like hip hop. I'm not gonna shy away from that just to date somebody. Like I'm not about to shy away from that.
Right.
But I think all three of us, in a way, HB, your work is pretty much autonomous.
Hmm.
You can cut up whatever the fuck you want to play in the music, right? In your
Mhm.
truck, nobody say shit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But in the professional world, we talked about this with Jasmine Crockett. I was talking about this with a buddy of mine. And I think there was some confusion yesterday on the panel. What is the real Jasmine Crockett? The ghetto motherfucker or the one
Yeah.
that the
We don't
private
know.
can talk? I know. You get Jasmine Crockett away from the camera, how does she talk?
I don't think it's the ghetto thing. I think she's putting on the front.
Crazy as hell.
You
Yeah,
think so?
see, yeah. See, and that, yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's see the front is Kamala. That's the front.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
That's
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the front. When she tries to act all, ghetto and shit, that's the front. She's really, an Indian woman that's well put together.
Right.
So, but with Jasmine Crockett, she really is that ghetto ratchet, Southern Texas girl,
Right.
and she knows how to put on that, she knows how to code switch.
Right.
Yeah.
And like what most blacks do every day in the professional environment, HP, my opinion, my experience has been that they have to code switch for 8 hours a day.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And that is
Yeah, I
what
can see that.
Crockett does. That's what she does. Well, she don't even do it 8 hours a day because she get in Congress and she act the same fucking way. But people trying to say she's cold, you're cosplaying being ghetto. I think it's just the other way around. When she was talking normal, that's when she was being,
Poser.
yeah, right. That's when she was really posing.
Mhm.
That's just my thoughts on it.
And I think it's liberating for her, man. She's only gonna turn up even more. I think it's liberating,
Yeah, that's a good point. Now
What
she's found a lane, and it's acceptable to have not like us and put the blackness out in your face. I can see
Yeah.
that.
What kind of music do you think she listens to?
Oh man, hip hop. She probably listened to the same shit I'd listen to. Bunch of dead rappers.
Right. So,
Probably.
so there and again, she's right in line with us. Like, but people want to say, well, she went to a private school. What does that mean? It really means nothing, to be honest with you. I want to share this tab with you again. Black culture being, basically rejected in the mainstream society. The NFL has banned their nose wipe celebration,
Mm-hmm.
calling it a violent gesture. It's a 15-yard penalty now.
Yep. You know what that means, John?
Hmm.
You know what the nose swipe comes from?
Mm-hmm.
You do know where it comes
I
from?
got an idea. They were talking about it in the damn Young Thug trial, but what exactly does it mean?
So the nose swipe means to slime, basically slime somebody out, and basically sliming somebody out is basically you backdooring them.
Mm.
So
Damn.
yeah. So when you swipe your nose, that's like essentially you're wiping the slime out of your nose because you a slime a nigga out. You backdoor them. That's where that comes from.
Universal, what do you think this is about Black American culture that they now are having to ban nose wipes?
I think that mainstream is catching up because this has been going on for years. As far as celebrations, and the more black culture that gets put out there, I think the more people are gonna realize that it's a bunch of fuckery and ratchetness, and they're gonna have to pull back on it. But as black folks, we do what we do. We'll just make other shit that people don't catch up to till years later. So it's no swiping today; it'll be something else tomorrow.
Do you see why I say like middle class and up when we're going to take children out of football?
Yeah, I mean, look at the NBA.
It's gang culture now. Mm.
Yeah, definitely. Even I mean, all the celebrations got a level of gang culture to it. The dances, even the gritty. That's gun pointing if people really pay attention to what the dance is. Strapping them up. So if you do a defensive play, locking in, strapping them up. All these things have black culture at the bottom of it, and it's all. Oh, HB got to go a little bit further. What does backdooring mean? We
All
gotta
right, so
translate.
so so backdooring, and this is how fucked up it is, Ross girl. So backdooring is basically you setting up one of your homies or somebody that you do business with to either
Boyfriend,
get
girlfriend.
boyfriend, girlfriend, to either get robbed or killed.
They
So
said
they'll
P was backdoored.
you said say that one more time.
They say P was backdoored.
Yeah, yeah,
Correct.
yeah, yeah. And that it's kind of like the mob where they send your best friend to kill you. That's kind of what a backdoor is.
I think the crux of backdooring is that blacks don't have much trust between
Correct.
friends, family. That's what is the kind of the backbone of being backdooring someone, is that you really can't trust anyone.
Correct.
And this is a phenomenon within the black culture. Backdooring is not a term that's used in any other community. It's a term that blacks created based upon their behavior, right?
Yep.
That's what Top P's mama was talking about.
Wiping nose has another meaning too. It actually has multiple meanings. When you ever hear somebody say we're gonna slime you out, that's not just backdooring them. I mean they're gonna kill you too. Like wipe a nigga's nose. Because
Yeah,
if you ever seen somebody get beat up, or if you ever seen somebody get shot, they start bleeding. Sometimes they bleed out their nose, and they talk about wiping nigga nose. So you need your nose wiped
yeah,
because
yeah,
you're gonna get taken out the game.
yeah.
HB, you joined a little late. I was showing some of the exhibits from the Black American Museum. Here's one of Justin. Have you been to the Black American Museum here in DC?
Absolutely not. Last time I was in DC, they still had the news. What was it, like the newspaper museum or the news anchor museum?
Oh, the museum. That's my favorite museum.
Yeah, man, that was a great experience, man. I love that.
That was a great museum. That's my favorite. Yeah, you had to pay to get in there, right? You had to pay to get into the museum unless you had a ticket, right?
Yep.
Because that's not a part of the Smithsonian institution. All the museums here are free except for the museums like that. So here's the Black American Museum. Here's one of the exhibits: Gestures of Defiance and Protest, an exhibit of Nene Leakes from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Wow.
Great American historian, by the way.
Yeah.
Rosger says, "I know they did not." Yes, they did.
Mhm.
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm.
This is American Hero, Ross girl. You didn't you didn't know?
And there are other exhibits again, HB. Let me see if I can pull up some of the full picture exhibits here.
They got Tupac in there too. They probably got Tupac.
I'm
Oh,
sure
you know they got Tupac somewhere in there. Oh man.
Yeah.
Hit him up.
Man.
They probably got a pair of headphones. You ever seen those big exhibits? They put the headphones on. And Ray put them on and says, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker."
And so,
The greatest intro. Go ahead, Joe.
like, Stanley said something that was interesting earlier today. He said that it was like his son. And I'm not talking about Stanley, so I just want to see, abstract it out. Let's say you're a middle class Black American, right? 2-3 generation middle class. Like, I think there's a difference between the same middle class, let's say, foreign immigrant to America. Let's say Asian. Been here 3 generations. It's a difference. Any one of you guys ever dated a foreign person?
Yeah.
Someone not from
Yes.
You think there's not a big difference? On the social level, when y'all going out to movies, maybe everything's cool. There's a lot of overlap. But once you get beyond that, there's a lot of complexities there.
Right.
And if you're at the bottom where no one wants to mimic what you bring to the table, it's all debauchery, then it becomes very difficult to to me. kind of bridge those gaps.
Mhm.
Like, look at this. You know, I've been out with man. I tell you, I've been out with white people sometimes, and you guys tell me if you've ever experienced the same. You ever been out with black people? Been out with a group of white people, and you see some black people doing something stupid, and you kind of cringe a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I think those are like the cultural differences that no matter how, you know, if you black, you're gonna see that person black begging, doing some stupid ass dances on the on the train.
Mhm.
Yelling.
You're not gonna see any other group of people doing that, honestly. Very
Right.
few people doing that. And you can't not internalize it.
Right.
So she has an outfit, she headed to the club, she looked like she's in a nice apartment. Right? She's not in the ghetto, she's in a nice apartment, right? This is
Mhm.
probably a sister that would attract a lot of, you know, would attract a lot of, you know, up and coming men, right? When you say that body right there, right?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
how many parents would want someone like that to their son to bring that home?
Nah.
No matter how attractive she is, most people don't want that coming home with their son. It's the black man's element. It's not skin color. I don't think it's skin color that people are, you know, discriminating against her. Bodies don't care. What do you think, guys?
It's behavior and what she's presenting. Image.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why John, one of the number one things for me with dealing with or dating black women is social media.
Mm.
That's why. Because a woman that will put some shit out like this on social media, man, you can't take her serious.
You almost have to thank God that your son is not attracted to that.
Right.
Yeah, nah, you
You
do.
ever-
You do.
if your son, if you had a son, he brought that home, what would you think?
I would
raised
ask
them
him what.
wrong.
Yeah, like why did you bring this home? Like this looks like a good weekend, but not something you bring home.
Absolutely not. And you know, Universal, that's a great point. I wouldn't be mad if my son smashed this, but if he thought that it was okay to bring her home, I would think I failed him as
Yeah.
as a father.
Yeah, you got to be honest. And that I think is the black dilemma here. It's not skin. The black woman is, you know, as HB and Universal both just said, my son smashed you. Cool. But don't extend our lineage with this woman here.
Mm-mm.
That's the black woman. That's the black dilemma. They don't want to spread or send that DNA, that genetics. It's not the skin color, bro.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Yeah, Boston said in a different life she could get it though, if I'm being honest. And this is the funny thing. Boston's like you know, he doesn't even like black people. So
But that's her life in perpetuity.
yup.
Everyone
Right.
get it, but no one's gonna marry that. No one can bring that home, bro, with a straight face. You can't bring that home to Stanley Cross, to HB, to University. On the flip side, if his son brought a woman on a son home, on the flip side, he can't bring it home. Right? If he brings the man that she's attracted to home for University, you just can't have it. Like, he'd be disappointing himself in. I think that is the black dilemma that they can't admit, you know, that it may be genetic. You know, the flashy, looking for attention. This is she's nice in the butt. She doesn't have to wear that.
Nah, she
Yeah.
doesn't.
She could put a sundress on and that thing still be wiggling like that.
Yeah,
right.
it's-
And it'd be a lot more classy.
She could put on a nun outfit and still be sexy.
Yeah.
Put on a burqa, she would still be gorgeous.
Yeah, but there's something about the hypersexuality thing both for our men and our women. It just is displayed differently. That
Hmm.
we can't say that this is just uh it's not. It is a cultural dynamic, and it is. And I think that because we are Americans, it's highlighted differently as Black Americans, but you can look at it in other countries as well. Carnival, all that. Like there's hypersexuality amongst local Africans that you just don't
Universal,
see in other cultures.
Universal, you mentioned hypersexuality. I want to share this with you.
Oh, it's right there. Oh, it's right there. Oh, it's right there. Watch my what are you doing? Oh, wow. Oh, God. Damn.
I want some of what she's having.
Okay. Oh. Oh.
All right, John. I think we get it.
She's not done yet. She's almost there. She's almost there.
You
Damn.
mentioned hypersexuality in Universal.
Man, that floor is about to be wet, bro.
Someone said I would have stopped washing her hair immediately. But that lack of like decorum.
Yes.
If that was your woman, man, what would you do? She on internet, just giving it up.
Yeah.
Like, what would
It
you
would
do?
be but obviously I'm gonna have a conversation like, look, we can't be out here like this. This is not how we want to portray ourselves. And depending on who she is, she may be like, well, that's how I felt. So what you gonna do about it? Who's gonna check me, boo? But this is not a good representation, especially if you're in a relationship. Now, she's getting her hair washed by a man. It looks like a man, from what we could tell. Um,
What
and,
is
and
it?
that might be part of this. That might be part of her excitement, is that she just hasn't been touched in so long.
And I was going there, Universal. I was just wondering if you were gonna get
And,
there. Mhm.
and having that man spend some time rubbing that scalp,
Mhm.
playing in that tightly coiled hair, it might bring a level of joy and excitement that she hasn't had in quite some time.
And so, Universal, I ask you again. These women are probably so desirous of a man's touch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And she had a fucking orgasm right there, just getting her hair washed.
That's crazy.
She's hot and ready.
How can, if you enter a bunch of women like that into sexual marketplace of blacks, you're gonna find some black men exploiting that desperation. Am I not wrong?
Absolutely. Yeah, and some unwanted children. You think she's gonna? Oh, remember we called me yesterday? You think she's gonna say pull out, John, or she gonna threaten them to stay?
Wait.
stay right?
HB up here? HB, was you up here? Oh, HB, that was nigga. We had Lenny Lou. We had to teach Lenny Lou about
If you
I'm about to nut.
John, you heard this woman, John. What you think she about to say?
I'm about to nut. And woman, nigga, what the fuck you telling me for? You think I'm gonna run, nigga? Shoot up the club, nigga. She said, shoot up. Is that what she said? Universe.
That's what she said.
Nigga, shoot the club up.
If you bout it, bust.
Nigga. you ever had that experience before? Come on, nigga. I know you have. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
He's like, nigga, what the fuck you telling me for? Nigga, you gonna shoot your gun or what?
Nah. It's yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Nigga, you gonna shoot your gun or what, nigga? You a
Yeah.
punk ass
See,
nigga? Shoot your
see,
gun,
yeah.
nigga.
At
Is that
that moment, that's the
Mm,
worst moment to have your manhood challenged. Like, wait, what?
you gonna pull out, nigga? Weak ass nigga. Shoot your gun, nigga. You said I'm a Braun? Is that what she said? Universe. Lindy Lou was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is she talking about? here?
Lindy Lou, yeah, Lindy Lou didn't have a clue. Lindy Lou didn't have. She was so befuddled, man. She was lost.
But like, again, HB bitch told you shoot your gun, nigga. You understand what the fuck she's saying? All the way down to everything, right? You understand?
yeah,
Right? Hood nigga. You got some nigga in you.
yeah.
But a nigga that don't understand that way of the world, man, like, he don't need to even be a part of this shit. Right? Bitch, man,
Right.
him up, right?
Right.
Yeah, that might scare a nigga if he's not like within the culture. She talking about shooting the club up. He might get
Yeah.
scared. Like, wait, what? Who got a gun?
I'm not safe.
What club?
Oh man.
Yeah, shoot the club up. And
But I was gonna say, but imagine like listen to this woman's level of just enjoyment, and if she is in that particular act, she's gonna want all the things, John, all the things.
Oh, yeah.
And then at that moment, as a man, you're fucked. Like, what are you gonna do if she gets pregnant, and that was never the intention? You're fucked, and then you get the blame for everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's a cold game out here, man.
And I think that's the difference between dating between blacks and whites. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of blacks don't want to admit it, but they want the best for their children.
Correct.
They don't want their son or daughter bringing home in the equivalent of an NBA young boy. Would you say that's fair, HB Universal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even if the dad is an NBA young boy, he still don't want it for his son.
Yeah, that's true. And so,
even with Floyd Mayweather, his daughter, like I think deep down, he don't really fuck with NBA young boy like that because he wanted better for his daughter. But that's part of being a parent. Sometimes you got to make those sacrifices if you're gonna be on a Floyd Mayweather's level. And I think it's harder for blacks because a lot of times blacks are like a Floyd Mayweather. It's not like he came from money. It's not like he had a legacy behind him. Like his dad was like an okay boxer. It wasn't like he was. It's not like he's a Trump where he's got like a name to live up to. So it's like if you can't really be there to guide your kids all the way through, the better option is probably just have a bunch of kids and some of them gonna slip through the cracks, but at least one or two of them gonna make it.
I saw this the other day, HB Universal, and again, I think it really highlights the black problems. It's like it's like on one hand, it's a black solidarity, but they realize that nothing really is working. And I want you to take a look at this. Is from LA, the black area, Baldwin Hills, the black Beverly Hills. Listen to the niggas.
A black community group says racism sank its $115 million bid for Crenshaw Mall. Downtown Crenshaw Rising, a group based in South Los Angeles, has filed a lawsuit over its failed $150 million bid for the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza in 2021, claiming that Deutsche Bank arm DWS Group, quote, demonstrated a preference for white buyers. Baldwin Hills, the neighborhood in Los Angeles, is often referred to as the Black Beverly Hills. The group, along with an organization called Members Against Anti-Black Racism at Pension Funds, in their lawsuit claims that DWS showed a preference for white developers, particularly firms with ties to former President Donald Trump. The Crenshaw Mall was ultimately sold to Heritage Development Group. Billionaire Len Blavatnik, who owns Warner Music Group, and his firm acts as...
I'm going to stop right there for 1 minute. I knew you got some comments.
Yeah.
Universal, I want to take it back to CT show when that fat black ass woman was on it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have
We'll call her Big Polly. You know,
I got
Big Polly.
more empathy. The fat, no, I'm sorry, damn. The what is it? The plus size,
The BBW, the beautiful black woman, the big
Right.
beautiful black woman.
and she was talking about the black community and shit like this. And look at this shit. What do you think about this, Universal? HB.
Go ahead, HB. You can hop in first.
Yeah. No. There is no black community, and when it comes to business and real estate, you know that's just about money. They're gonna take the highest bidder. You get bid out, it is what it is.
Why didn't Jay-Z buy that shit? And that $100 million that he spent on his mansions in LA, why didn't he buy it? Why didn't he
Trying
give
to do
him
business. He ain't trying to do business with a bunch of black folks. It's a there is no black community. There is no black solidarity. Like it's a grift.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
And you know, John, it could work if the culture was based on morality, but it's not. It's based on debauchery. So just that in itself is gonna make it so people can't work together.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. Let's take a listen to a little bit more.
Real estate were investors in the Heritage bid. Blavatnik donated $1 million to the Republican National Committee in 2016 for the Trump inauguration. Downtown
That's fine.
bid from Blavatnik's firm, Heritage Development Group. Aside from the higher bid closing period, they were an organization. The discriminatory practices that are in direct violation is not seeking a court.
You know, the bigger point is, you know, this is an area that was,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
that was long thought of as, you know, this black Beverly Hills. They couldn't even like harness. As I keep talking about the corners, bro. You gotta maintain the corners. You know, the young black YNBs that we showed the other day, they got their corners, right? They at least had their corners. And these blacks, you know, I think it's a source of embarrassment that not even the richest blacks want to invest in the best black neighborhoods. You
John,
know?
would you allow me to show a clip
Yeah, do it.
to further your point here? Now, you may have seen, I'm going to wait till our show next Monday, but since we're here, we might as well get into this. Have you seen this clip? This is
No.
from 1960, the 60s. I don't know exactly the year, but these are a bunch of middle-class black Americans in California, since we're talking about Baldwin Hills. Listen to what they're saying about blacks migrating to the area. It's very interesting.
But we have not. Dolores, we have not.
It's a little low, Universal.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can crank
Close
it up.
captions up.
Yeah, we'll do that too. Shit, the audio might just be low in general. All right, turn up your volumes on your end, everybody. That's as loud as I'm able to get. I think the film volume is just low.
Years beyond the Civil War, the basic frame of reference, the basic value system of American culture fails positively, unequivocally. If you're black, it's black. If you're white, you're right. If you're brown, stick around.
May I interrupt you?
Yes.
I am neither black nor white. Where do I go?
Well, you are what we would call in the French, I guess, and if perhaps this is my French language. You are neither comme ci nor comme ça. You are quelque chose in the middle.
This is where the white man is wrong about this inspiration thing. He seems to be of the opinion that we want to intermarry, that we want to socialize. That's what we're now. This matter of friendship, I think, runs its own course. I think people seek their friends and make their friends the natural course of association. Black, white, green, yellow, or brown. But that means that they think we want to socialize with them. They think we want to sit with them. They think we want to go to school with their children. These are the things that they think. Well, we do. We do want to go to school with them, of course.
But the important thing is we don't want to be denied.
But the biggest thing is what they fear. They don't want to go. This is not
the attempt to explain my highest motivation to achieve the objectives of my life in terms of the bedroom or communism, this I've got to go down on. I'm not going to stand still for this.
Well, certainly that the bedroom argument is always the argument that the extremists, the lunatic friends, we might say, always use that to try to end all discussion.
Well, isn't this ridiculous? It's too late for the bedroom argument.
I frankly think, Dolores, that your complexion is enough to end that argument right now. The bedroom argument began back in slavery days, and it did with the Negro. Because I know of no Negro slave who had the courage to go into any white plantation owner's house and look after his wife. Exactly.
But many were
So
invited.
you see which direction the motivation moves in.
Yes. Well, anyway, I think that the whole argument is the objection to the Southern, especially the Southern white man, is the matter of intermarriage and socializing and so forth. And the day that he looks up and looks around Negroes like us, he will find out that it's way too late, that he better get down off of that kind of an argument and find some other reason for objecting to us.
Exactly, Dolores.
We're not all black. Some of us are white, some of us are brown, some of us are the same color.
This whole business of integration, I think we've looked at it in one way, integration for the Negro. But I think that integration in America will free the white man. Integration will make the white man respect the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. It will make him respect the Bill of Rights. It will make him become an American following his own Constitution, which he has never followed properly, because Negroes would not be living in ghettos. We wouldn't have this separation by color.
All right, there's another clip. This is not the one I wanted to show, but it's still relevant. There's one where a dark-skinned black man, I think right after that point was made, he comes in and he's like, "Well, shit, everything you guys are saying is okay, but what about us? What about our behavior? There's a reason why most of us came here to California, which was not just to get away from the white man, but to get away from the bad behaviors of Negroes." He just laid it out. I'll see if I can find it. I don't know. I thought that was the one, but there's one right after that same conversation.
Yeah. And you know, Universal, the older I get, the more I've realized like a lot of our
Hold on, we got Tyrone on the HB. What's up, Tyrone?
What's going on, John? B, Universal.
Salute, man.
Why y'all always, when y'all talk to me, man, what the fuck is going on with that?
Say what? What you say?
Why y'all always laugh when y'all talk to me? What's going on with that?
Oh man, if you should know this by now. Tyrone, you that nigga, man, but your entrance to this space was fucking epic. That's why we laugh.
You know what else is interesting though, Tyrone? You know what I find interesting is like of all the niggas, you know, that I'll reach out to you like, yo, hit me, yo, bro. I think you can feel into space. What I talk about is like we need a Stringer Bell or Avon Barksdale type of combination. Yep. And you a nigga, you know what I'm talking about, Tyrone, right? You ever watch The Wire? University Labby, so you know what I'm talking about. HB, you know what I'm talking about?
Hell yeah.
I don't have to kick out that many niggas like I used to, Tyrone, when you would have really been valuable. But nowadays, with your skill and what I got going on, bro, like, shit. Remember that white boy I was telling you about? He used to live in my house? Like, you fit right into what he used to do for me. And, you know, we niggas, so we probably get along a lot better than he. Southern niggas, real Southern niggas, real Southern niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I was agreeing with Stanley. Like, bro, like, nigga, Stanley wouldn't have shown his child that dead body. My lady didn't want me to see that. Show, even talk to my children about that shit. But I'm a nigga.
Hey, man, you can't hide the world from them, man. Either you can expose them to it, or they'll see it in their own way, and they're not around you.
And I don't even like talking about your children in the damn behind the sink. I understand.
Man,
He hope for better for his
you
children.
got responsibility and running what the hell you got. I don't understand where the fuck he's coming from on
Like,
that.
my nigga, he hope for better for his children. God bless him. They're doing my better. But if my children don't get to where his son is in terms of education, nigga, I'm gonna tell you a story. I call my mom if you want me to. But we, bro, you know, southern nigga like me and you, Tyrone, we could really talk like niggas. Man, like, bro, I used to clean up banks. I should call my mama. And on Friday nights in the South, you know what it is, football time, right, Tyrone? My mama would have me cleaning up banks. Couldn't even go to the football game, chase little girls. 30 years later, nigga, I'm cleaning up my own motherfucking houses. You understand? If I had to clean up somebody else's house, I probably couldn't do it.
Right.
But clean up my own shit, nigga, is easy as fuck. It's content, nigga. I be laughing this shit off. Right? I be showing you the fucking eyelashes and the blunts and shit laid behind. This my shit.
Yeah, it's part of your business. I mean,
It's easy to clean your shit than being made for somebody else. My grandma was
instead of paying somebody else to do it, hell,
my grandma was a maid, nigga. You understand? I ain't got no problem cleaning up behind no nigga. Particularly if it's my shit. You understand? I am that nigga. Dead bodies and all, nigga. You know. For a nigga who send his son to Georgia Tech or Harvard, I understand you don't want your child exposed to that shit. They're gonna be above the freight. But just in case my children don't, nigga, they gonna know they daddy was willing to clean them dead bodies. Because that's the one I'm in the chilling circle, nigga, and it's always gonna be a space for them to come back down here and chilling circle. Like Charleston White said, and make some money. That's why I am, my nigga. And that's why I reached out to you. Like, yo, my nigga, you know about that chilling circle. You can make it, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no problem with that shit. And we can make some magic, Tyrone.
I failed to check the circuit, John. I've been remodeling houses on the road for the last like 7 years, man. So we were doing it for banking circuit. So I'll be all over the place.
You can help me remodel mine, and then it be content that we'll own. You see, that's the difference. It's like that's that ownership aspect that I'm talking about, right? You doing it for other people, but then we own the content, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference, right? Between, you know what I'm saying, the motherfuckers that, you know, working with other people, cleaning other people's houses, painting other people's houses, but shit, nigga, we come up with like designs, Tyrone's designs on painting and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we have some real shit, serious shit going on. Nigga, did you hear me talking to that Hispanic motherfucker that called in the other day? Did you?
Nah, man. I mostly get to catch y'all like early mornings or like on my days off now.
Does anyone remember what I talked to that Hispanic motherfucker about? What I asked him? I said, man, can you do this? What I asked him? Does anyone remember what I asked that motherfucking Hispanic nigga? I said, can you paint, nigga? Can you just learn how to paint? I said, paint your own room. Start with your room. He said, I don't want to paint my own room. I said, well, I got vacant rooms. You can paint a vacant room. I'll let you practice, nigga. Practice and practice and practice on painting till you're good at it. I got vacant spaces. I'll let you paint them. But you already know how to paint. So we above that level. So we just going to be rolling through spots, doing some real unique paint designs and shit like that. I'll let you be creative. You can stream that shit yourself. Have your own channel talking about Tyrone's interior paint design. That shit be slick as a motherfucker.
Do a little more than that, John. Do a whole bunch of shit.
I know. I'm starting with the basic. You know what I mean? What y'all guys think about that shit? Tyrone and John.
Nah. I think y'all be like that.
I'm gonna get you a bunch of these inmates that work on side the road down here in Georgia. I'm gonna get you a bunch of country on that.
Shit, nigga, I don't need all that shit, nigga. Like, nigga, I just need a man that gonna go around and do a little painting. Like, nigga, I just got like real, like you know what I'm saying? Like, paint really like punches up a room. You know what I mean, Tyrone? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, it ain't beautified until the paint is on. That's
right.
Here we
you know
go.
what I'm saying? Like when you hit that paint,
you can have all that new shit in there, but until you put that color in that fucking wall and that drinking, you ain't got yourself shit.
That's what I'm talking about. So, boy, we can make a goddamn go at it, goddamn boy. You know what I mean? No.
He they got there, boy. You a country motherfucker too, for real. Straight Alabama motherfucker like me. So hey, I'm quite sure we can make some of that.
I got that dope, nigga. You hear these niggas calling him that dope every day.
Nigga, I got that dope. My paintbrush is my motherfucking dope.
But, nigga, what you like? What you like? Purdy? You like Purdy? What kind of paintbrush? You like Purdy's?
Purdy.
Yeah, I know.
I've been playing with a Purdy for 20 years. Purdy. But Purdy they done fell off as far as the quality of the brush. But Wooster got a nice brush right now. I also like the those motherfuckers are just too expensive though.
Yeah. Nigga, paintbrush expensive as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how to maintain the paintbrush, bro. You spend a fortune just buying paintbrushes.
That's your damn job though. You gotta have good brushes and good rolling outs. I mean,
I'm talking about, like,
and good paint.
Once you're done painting, like, to clean the brush. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Like, to properly clean the brush so you can reuse it on the next paint job. Like,
all you need is a wire brush, a little dish detergent, and some warm water. You take care of your brushes like that. Clean them out every time. I got a Purdy I've been paying with for 5 years. I paid $35 for it.
Hey John, that's why I don't really believe in like a black upper class, because they'll look at somebody like Tyrone and try to look down on him. Like he can paint a whole house.
I'm gonna tell you like this, AZ.
Bro,
I'm the type of nigga, I don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, we all gonna die and leave this motherfucker. So whatever you acquire that makes you happy, so be it. And whatever the fuck I do that makes me happy, so be it.
Hold on for a minute, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. I can call up a nigga right now, a landlord like myself. He said, bro, these painters be charging so motherfucking much, man. I never pay one of these niggas again. That's what he said to me recently. Bro, painters be making bread, bro. Like,
well, painting is like painting a car, you know. You can get the minor job, the in between, or you can get the deluxe. You can get everything that comes with it.
Nigga,
I mean, you get what you pay for.
Painting real serious. Like, it sounds like just some bullshit. I'm telling you, nigga, I do a lot of painting. Like, nigga, just the quality of paint varies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go Home Depot and get that Valspar shit. You know what I'm talking about, right, Tyrone?
Fuck Valspar, fuck Bear, fuck all that. I strictly stick with Sherwin Williams.
That's what I'm fucking with.
And I use the racing.
I been showing these niggas Sherwin Williams. Nigga, I go pull up a paint. Nigga, I can probably got a can of paint around this bitch. Sherwin Williams. You know what I mean? Like, that, yo, bro, you could do some wild shit with paint, nigga. Make a nigga room look crazy. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Y'all should go to my, I don't know if y'all on Facebook, man, but y'all go to my Facebook page, man. Check out some of the work on there. Not some of my work, the work that me and the guys do. So it's Sly Painting on Facebook. Go check it out. Check out
like, we can do some wild shit together, though, Tyrone. Nigga, I want to do a pink room, I want to do a red room, and I want to do a green room. You know what I mean? Those are the 3 rooms I want. Pink for the fags. Right, green for the smokers, red, and red for the freaks. Right, I want a freak room,
a little something for everybody, huh?
Love is on everybody, you know what I'm saying? And then I want to do an LGBT house, my nigga. We could like team up.
You really about to do it?
No, I'm gonna let you handle it out by yourself.
Nigga, be doing that paint. Like, we get we get somebody in the chat to like come up with the paint colors. You just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you help me with the paint, you know, patterns and shit like that. Nigga, that shit be fly as a motherfucker. Huh? Nigga, like, see, you don't understand the business, right? The business was you could advertise, nigga. Look at all these LGBT type paints and shit I done. Nigga, you'll be consulting more than you'll be painting. That's where the money is, my nigga. You understand?
Hey, John, you can consult the brokerage. I ain't got time to invest my ears.
Nigga, you ain't go, bro. Listen, you done seen nigga. I had a HB. You met that motherfucker like, I want to fuck you. Remember that?
Oh yeah. No, I was just talking to my boy. Was just asking me. He wanted to talk to you because he's like trying to buy another property and stuff. And he wants to like he was basically asking me about that, and I was telling him, I'm like, bro, that just comes with being an owner. Like you're gonna have people, you're gonna have niggas, bitches try to shoot at you. It don't matter,
Yeah.
man. You gotta just stay the course, man. It is what it is.
Okay. Nigga, that's when you know you're doing something right, when they throwing that pussy.
or the dick. Throwing the dick or the dick. You really doing something, they throwing the dick.
Yeah, damn, Universal, man. Why you been getting that all amped up, man?
Man.
Well, you supposed to be going this long, goddamn it. You got niggas done got me amped up and start drinking. At 11
I'm drinking too, John, so.
Man, listen, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I do take heart to what some people say. Like King Shinar, when he comes on here, like, yeah, John, you be smoking, drink too much, and I do take it to heart. I listen.
Man, fuck them niggas. Doing you. You got time for John, so you better live for John. I don't care nothing about what motherfuckers say. Fuck them motherfuckers.
In fairness, though, I do ask for a lot of criticism and critiques here on the panel. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers be like, yo, you drinking, you smoking, but maybe I should stop or slow down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I ain't a quitter. My mama taught me that. Never be a quitter.
What do you guys think? You think I should slow down Universal? You can HB? Am I drinking?
Hey, John. I mean, listen, man. I used to be a big smoker, big drinker, and I had to do it for me. And I just think when you come to that point, you're gonna make that decision. But like as a man telling another man he drink and smoke too much, man, that's up to you, man.
Yeah,
that's up to you. I think it's kind of gay to criticize another man's vice.
Like,
nigga, you smoke crack. I ain't about to tell you to stop. What the fuck I look like?
Yeah, nigga, that nigga might eat too much. What the hell I look like telling you eat too much? Nigga, do what the fuck you want to do.
I might tell niggas stop smoking crack. Hey, bro, you don't need to smoke that
crack.
Nah,
I ain't telling no niggas to stop smoking crack. Because I have something to tell to him. I need that plate. So I'm not gonna tell him to do that.
Roscoe, when we doing the live stream, the weather's warming up. I'll be with that live stream. One of my tenant down in the basement right here. She, we drink and smoke.
Hey John, this the thing though. Even if you're a crack smoker, if you paying all your bills, handling all your business, who am I to say you should stop smoking crack? Right. now if you out on the streets fucked up, then yeah, I might say, hey man, you might want to leave that crack pipe alone, man. You might want to leave that shit alone.
Let's call OPC down for a minute. Roscoe, whenever you're ready, next 60-degree weather day, let's do it. We had a couple of Georgetown people on the panel last time we did a live stream at Busboy and Port. So whenever you're ready, I think I'm calling OPC down right now. Yo. Anyway, OPC Dunn, man, he keeps reaching out to me. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what you guys think about OPC Dunn, but he think there are more ways that we could monetize the channel or, make the channel more profitable. HB, what do you think about that? Universal, we got the panels. What do you think?
Nah, John, the game is the game, man. We gotta play by the YouTube rules, man. The game is the game, man.
But he want he's real close to crack. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And so he wanted to schedule a meeting between crack, OPC, and me to he's like, yo, you guys are doing a great job over here, and I want to see you guys make more money. And from a personal standpoint, I'm gonna tell you guys, this is my opinion. Tell me what you think. You can disagree. If someone shows interest in you and say, I see some potential in what you got going, I think it's worth a while to listen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What do you think, Universal?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Or if somebody sees something you don't see, or they see something differently, you should take it under consideration.
Okay, so we should listen and see what he has to say. I think we do have something good going on here. What do you think, HB Universal? Tyrone?
Yeah. Nah. I think the way the show is, man, like I just, I didn't really have a foresight, but I just, you know, I don't really want to discuss the channel too much on the panel, but I just know that as long as we can get back monetized, the channel's really gonna take off because we do have something nobody else has.
Right.
We bring the dope.
Yeah, we got like we got pink cocaine over here, man. We got some new shit. we got nobody got this shit, man.
I think you're definitely right. What do you guys think about the damn Roscoe got hit by a fucking car, bro?
Damn.
Well, damn, Ross girl, you need to take it easy, baby.
Ross girl, how's the car? The car. No, Ross girl. How's the car? Hey, Ross girl. Ross girl, a brick house, man.
HB, I wanted to comment on another thing. I don't know what you guys think. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Oh, wait a minute. One of the things, I wanted to say is, and I hope Stanley's watching. I know he's not because he's live. Yeah, I promise you, I didn't mean any like I wasn't trying to be derisive, cast any aspersions to Stanley. He's instilled in, he has thoughts about things. And I think I'm a father, Tyrone, all these guys. And I think that, like it is a point of pride. Now, you may take exception to why he's happy about this, but it is a point of pride. Hold on for 1 second here. Hold on. Hello? 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 No, end it. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. Tyrone, you still here?
Yeah, what's up, Joe?
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I call this motherfucker back. Hold on 1 minute. All right.
Your call cannot be completed.
Whatever the fuck. All right. My bad.
John, it really is something to be commended. Cause man, I had to go through about 100 girls before I realized what a good woman is. And I think for Stanley's son to be so young to know it, already know, he didn't have to go through the gauntlet. That's, man, I think for a lot of men just in general, like if they can conquer their carnality, that's where the real success comes from. Like even when you look at somebody like Trump, all this shit that really brought him down had to do with pussy almost. Most of the shit had to do, a lot of I'm not gonna say most of it, but a lot of the shit that could have crumbled his empire had to do with pussy. So I feel like that's really the downfall of most men is pussy, man. And what type of women, like I don't care what nobody say, Trump should not be fucking porn stars. That's not a good look.
Yeah,
but
I agree with you. Yeah.
That could have took down his whole empire, man. But knowing what a good woman is and like appreciating, what she can bring to the table, and that takes wisdom.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I 100%. I agree with you on
that. Yeah, Herman, especially a super average porn star at that too.
Yeah, Stormy Daniels wasn't that hot. Let me share this with you guys. Get your opinion on this right here. Let me see. Let me put it up on the screen. Here we go.
Hey John, but you gotta play it, John. It's not playing.
Hold on, my bad. My bad. Got it. University, I know you're gonna have some opinions on this. Let's go.
Fellas, if you dating a girl and you finally decide to go around her family and ain't nothing but women, that's your sign to run. Okay? Her mama don't got no man, her grandma don't got no man, her great grandma don't got no man. The aunties don't got no man. The friends don't got no man. Nobody, the guy's sister don't got no man. The best friends don't got no man. Ain't nothing but women run. Don't stick around and get her pregnant because them women got mouths on them. Don't no men want to be bothered with them. Nobody got no man. Why would you stay?
Angry man right there. What do you think about that, guys?
Shit, that's the damn truth.
She's spot on. She's spot on, man. She's spot on. And if you want to be real, she's talking specifically about black women. Like,
Yeah.
That's why
Correct.
you gotta check the pedigree. Like if she got a whole family full of women, that's a bad pedigree right there, man.
And see, you know, again, HB, you know, I think that, you know, for the people that listen to those, there are some distinctions. Universal, HB, Tyrone, you niggas ain't got these problems. That's what it is,
No.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the men that, you know, maybe down a notch who have these problems. Would you say that's fair?
Typically, yeah.
Yeah.
Typically.
No, man, I listen to Universal, you know, man. Like, the way that he approaches this shit is like, you know, what do they call it? A standard deviation.
Yeah.
Below.
Yeah, there's a little math into.
You know,
I'm sorry.
You ever heard this nigga? This nigga Universal is like he like high level predator stalking.
Yeah. Very Universal.
I'm calculated.
Yeah. He's like really analytical. Universal.
Right.
He plays the numbers. He plays the numbers game.
I told y'all I played a long game. I've been saying that the whole time.
For a man down a lower level than him, like he's not able to play the same game the way Universal is able to play it, right? And so Universal is like skimming the cream off the top, the best women, and then for everyone else is left the scraps, right? So if you are of a man of, you know, you moving up the ladder, like you're not going to take Universal scraps. You're going to create your own scraps, right? And that's going to be among the other groups of people that, you know, bring a little bit more to the table. Let me ask you guys: you ever dated a black woman, honestly, whose family was more of a problem than herself?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. I remember telling the story about how I had to beat up my girlfriend's dad. I had to beat that nigga ass. Cause he, you know, yeah, man, he was like, bro, he was just such a, you know, daddy's girl, like, you know, and she was crazy about me, but I knew she was crazy, and I had to, you know, I knew her parents were crazy. She could do no wrong, you know, like the girl was crazy.
Let me get your thoughts on this video right here.
The cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I just think $20 is a lot of money. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife, Melinda P. Sapp, was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get one soda, 2 straws. I wasn't cheap, that's swag. I was looking in her eyes, she's looking in mine. Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold in seed.
That nigga hairline way back. Yeah, way back, Michelle.
But I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. Let's see. So put your 20 away, preachers. That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm going to have y'all come to the altar and give it because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
That nigga sweating hard as fuck. Look at all this sweat, nigga.
Damn. That's what I was saying. Is he sweating? Oh man.
Embrace it.
Jesus.
That's the devil. That's the devil heating them up, man. That's the devil heating them up right now.
Wow.
Oh, prosperity preacher, man. That's the devil right there.
Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Giving, nigga, giving.
Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving. That's it.
What do you got to think about it? What do you got to think about it?
He got that dope, man. He got that dope.
Man, I hate them niggas. I hate preachers with a fucking passion. But it's people being stupid at the same time because they took it upon themselves to read. Then they wouldn't know that the tithe that they're giving, they're in total contradiction of what the Bible says. Tithes are fruits and vegetables and stuff for the poor, not money. So if they want to continue to be stupid and get a preacher their money, that's on them. But I hate those motherfuckers. Period.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Universal. I could see you being a really good preacher, man.
You know,
I wasn't gonna say one of the reasons why I don't join the church because I usually find myself in leadership positions.
Yep.
And I could easily do that right there.
Yeah. Oh man.
Bro, I would definitely do that shit. Like you can make a lot of money doing this shit.
Yeah, and there's nothing can be done about it because people are doing it with their own free will. He ain't robbing nobody. He ain't got to get nobody. They doing it all on their own free will.
Yeah, you know, there's no difference between what he's doing and what Dr. Umar Johnson does. They're the same.
No, there's no difference.
Different clergy. Yeah, different clergy. That's it.
Right. He panders to the so-called quote-unquote black power shit, and he's pandering to Jesus or whatever other bullshit they want to throw in there.
Right.
Barney said he put 10 in.
Oh yeah. Barney caught that Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
But that's your black. But
as far as church, I've been gave that church shit up a long time ago. They can have that shit. I'll sit here and drink and smoke my blunts on Sunday while they're on that bullshit.
I want to play another clip for you guys. I'm not going to be able to share this clip, but it is something I want to highlight. I think I can share it, but I'm going to play it. And you don't need to see it. I'll probably show a little snippet of it here and there. Here we go.
Like that?
Is it up?
You wasn't even trying to give me the money they gave me, but they
had to come. The first thing you bought with that money.
That money is still in my account. That money is still that's the account I don't touch.
Damn.
Them
checks hit like that?
They wasn't even trying to give me the money they gave me, but they
They had to come
They
around.
had to come on around. So I'm like, come on, light this fire up under y'all butt.
What about the purchase? You ain't purchased nothing like, okay, I'm gonna get me a Birkin bag, or I want to get this whip.
I have 6 Birkins already, and that was before Breakfast Club.
6?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are investment bags. Snakeskin, hello? Play. Yeah, them $70,000 bags, them $80,000 bags. Yeah, them bags I plan to sell just in case. Yeah.
She's not lying.
Yeah,
She's not lying. She's not lying.
What's up, Tyrone?
I want to ask Universal a question.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think black people who have money, like they just got through she's talking about fucking purchasing a Birkin bag. Why don't they ever talk about like purchasing land or real estate or something that's real tangible? Fuck a bag. I mean, they always propagate the bullshit. I'm really just trying to figure this shit out.
Let me ask you a question.
John, a question on the question. Go ahead, John. I got you, Tyrone. I'll answer it, but go ahead, John.
If Jesse Larry showed up with someone like, and I'm speaking abstractly here. Yeah, I ain't going to complete the sentence, but you know where I'm going. Yeah. He said, I got an investment in Birkin bags. I got some of these motherfuckers. I believe in investing in bags. Who do you think someone like Stanley? Someone like Stanley would say.
The same.
Call her a fucking idiot.
Fuck a Birkin bag.
Yeah.
Motherfucker Birkin bag.
Yeah.
What do you think he would say?
Motherfucker. That is not black excellence.
You invested in a Chinese bag when they sell these bitches in Shemu or whatever, Timu or Stein for like nothing. And here's a black sister investing her hard-earned money in bags.
You know, they ain't off aware.
What's the most important thing that you've learned about money?
Man, it comes and it goes, and don't kill yourself trying to get it.
Right.
Please don't, because listen, I just had a crazy health scare, right? So I was eating lunch at a restaurant. I go home.
Oh, you know, snakes.
So can I answer Tyrone's question? And I don't fully agree with what Barney's saying here either. There's a worship to brands. Sure, it doesn't have to be white, but there's a need within the black psyche to be flashy, to have things that other blacks cannot have. It ain't really about white folks. It's about blacks can't have it. So I'm gonna get the Birkin bag. If that's sexy, that's more sexy than land or stocks. Look at Get Crack. He's live right now. Go see how many black folks are in that chat. Go look at his other videos. That's not sexy enough. Like, there's something about us and our need to have flash and dash. And I'm good. I got nice shit. But it's the fact that when you get to a certain level, like a Jess Hilarious, and you're making that type of money, that's not the investment you make. The Birkin bags is like a billionaire owning a sports team. That's the shit you do for accessory and fun. That's not your main investment.
Nah. It's not.
She don't really have Birkin bag fuck you type money like that. But she has the money to get it, but that's not the play that she should be doing. She should be in real estate or something that's a little bit more tangible and long lasting than Birkin bags. But Birkin bags are sexy. So that's my answer.
Let me ask you this question. I want to play this clip for you guys. Damn, I'm looking all weird here. What, is that it? That's better. Let me play this clip for you guys. You know that nigga Fresh or Fit? He's been going hard at the Dark Dumb Gnome, DDG.
Oh, not my guy, DDG. Salute to Michigan. Pontiac,
DDG.
Yak.
And I want to get you guys' opinion on this video. Maybe I shouldn't show it. Can you hear it?
love to get
No,
canceled about this.
there you go.
I stand on it forever. Okay, it don't have nothing to do. 10 M's for the rest of your entire life is not enough money. Let's debate, please. I would love to get canceled about this. I stand on it forever. Okay, it don't have nothing to do with me being a rapper. It don't have nothing to do with me wanting nice shit. It don't have nothing to do with none of that shit, nigga. I'm trying to tell you niggas, bro, it ain't enough. Argue with your granny, nigga. Argue with your granny. If I gave you 10 M's right now and said that's all you gonna have for the rest of your fucking life, you'll be broke by 50. 10 M's for the rest of your entire life is not enough money. Let's debate, please. I would love to get canceled about this.
What do you think?
That's the truth. That's the truth. Now, a lot of people won't make 10 million in their whole life, but once you cross that 6-figure mark over a couple of years, you will make, close to 10 million. That shit is not enough. He's not lying.
You know what I think he misses? What I think he misses, and what Fresh and Fit is saying. What Fit is saying. Nigga, if I gave you 10 million right now, HB, if I gave you 10 million right now, what would you do?
Oh man, I'm buying me a truck. I'm buying me a truck.
Yeah.
I'm buying a truck and I'm tucking the rest of it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that 10 million? You gonna burn it down, or you trying to turn to 100?
I'm trying to, you give me 10 million, I'm gonna turn that into 50 in a year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what does DDG says?
10 M's for the rest of your entire life is not enough money. Let's debate.
Not enough money.
Not enough.
No.
For the rest of your life. But yeah, if you know what to do with it, if you can maximize it, absolutely.
But this is the mindset of a black. And that you give him 10 M's, as he said.
Yeah, you're gonna blow it.
The 10 M's is finite. I talked to AG. I asked HB, what'd you do 10 M's? I turned it to 100. They're buying me trucks. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. These niggas say, I'm gonna lay up on my ass and just burn it all.
Right.
Is that what he said? That's what he said. Like, I'll repeat it for you again. 10 M's would not be enough because I like to spend money. I like to have a good time, right? And
10 M's.
And I'm not going to invest anything. So
the rest of your entire life is not enough money.
Not enough. I like to buy Jordans and sneakers and shit like that. And 10 M's would not be enough. Most people would not make 10 M's the rest of their life working. Correct?
That's correct.
That's correct. And he's saying it's not enough. And so that is why, what's his name is Myron is criticizing him. He said, this is what happens when stupid niggas get money. Dumb gnome proving why blacks get made fun of by most races. That is correct.
So, John, doesn't he look like a stupid nigga with all that gold around his fucking neck and all that money stacked up there like a fucking idiot and all those fucking tattoos? I mean, like, for him to make a comment like that.
I think
the guy.
Tyrone,
Go ahead,
I think it's more the mentality than what he looks like. Honestly, the mentality, you could tell he's a dumbass nigga. Honestly.
Yeah, and I said it is not enough depending on the lifestyle. If he's trying to maintain that lifestyle, it's not going to be enough. But also, I agree with what both John and HB are saying. If that's all you're going to do, you're just going to lay up with that 10 mil, you will blow through, especially if you're black. Because you're going to go get we just heard it from Just Hilarious. You're going to go get 6 Birkin bags. That's pretty much 500,000 right there. You're just going to keep doing shit like that over the years.
Economics. Black people don't know economics. We don't know unity and we don't know economics. That's our fucking problem.
Correct.
Yo, HB, can we teach something to some niggas today, HB?
What do you think?
Can we teach something to the niggas today, HB? What do you think? Universal, what do you think?
Yeah, let's go to school.
I want you to hear niggas' testimonial right here.
Uh-oh.
Hear niggas' testimonial right here, right? This is my nigga. I hope he answers the phone. He will answer the phone.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail.
Bro, you need to answer phone. You need to call Tyrone back. My bad. Tyrone, I'm calling you right back. But what I wanted to highlight is that you know what I'm saying, like, you know, people like Master Kim to come up on the panel, they give a lot of knowledge, I think. What do you say, Master Kim? What do you say, HB Universe?
Oh yeah,
What's up, man?
Master Kim, the type of knowledge he gives, man, it's life changing, honestly.
Yeah, I think so.
I think just all y'all combined, man, like the wisdom, all you guys combined. Even Stanley, man. You know, I know we like to make fun of Stanley and stuff, but even Stanley, like when it comes to raising kids and stuff, you know, it's little nuggets that you guys all throw out there that if you're really paying attention, you can learn from.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the reasons why I hated that Stanley took it the wrong way, because I didn't mean it as like anything offensive or they're trying to cast any aspersions toward him. You know, like he set a goal, you know, in his mind, what he thought was excellence. It's something, at least. It's the weed lady. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, did you want to pick it up in ADR?
Nah. Can you deliver it for me?
Yeah, I can, but you gotta give us a minute. You keep texting me ETA, man.
Yeah. What
My driver got on a delivery and they gonna hit you next.
You know you live on my live stream right now. You want a picture? I've already pictured your brand many times. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Tell us again, tell us again what it is, huh?
Flower Girls. We are a delivery service in the
Girls, right?
area.
DC Flower Girls. Hey, let me ask you this question, if you don't mind me asking, because people in my audience probably have questions. It's Flower Girls. Where are the men? Why aren't there any DC Flower men?
Oh no, I mean we have flower boys. We have delivery drivers that are men.
I understand what you're saying, but why haven't any men? Why haven't any men taken advantage of this opportunity to come up with DC Flower men?
Well, it might be a masculine thing. You know, a lot of men don't want to. You know, relate themselves to something that might be feminine. You know, when you think of flowers, you think of feminine things. So I'm not really sure. I've heard that there's a Flower Boys New York. I don't know how well they are. But yeah, I mean that's what I think. But there is men delivery services. Their names are just, you know, different.
You know, how long you been delivering to me?
Going on 10 plus years for sure.
And I've also introduced you to some of my customers. You introduce some of my friends, my customers as well, right?
Absolutely.
You serve all of my Airbnb customers that want the weed, right? But again, like, you're women and you're very successful at this. And this is typically a man's domain. Why are the women so successful at like, you guys run a good service? Right? You know, I'm pitching your business here, but you know, why are you ladies so successful in it, and the men seemingly who were out on the street corner selling weed not so successful at it?
For one, we knew our demographic. Just like Tyler Perry knew his demographic starting off, we knew that women smoke and there wasn't a lot of things catered to women in cannabis. So we just catered to them. Of course, we have male clients like yourself, but it was just a lane that people wasn't entertaining. So, you know, we wanted to serve our demographic, the women that smoke, that like to smoke.
Are most of your customers women?
It's a mix. It's really a mix. We have a lot of men and women, but you know, women, they like to get their edibles. They like to get their cannabis. They don't necessarily want to go into a dispensary. They don't necessarily want to meet the man on the corner. You know, a lot of women have their weed men. They always like to hit on them, or yeah, girl, I'll give you this. What you gonna give me and stuff like that. So it was basically giving women a safe place to order a safe place to order their cannabis needs and not feel like they're going to get taken advantage of or, you know, harassed.
Hey, hold on. We got guys on the panel here. What do you guys think about this so far? You got any questions for her?
I don't have a question, but I think that they created an industry where they're seeing a gap and it's working. So salute.
Well, let me ask you this question, Universal. Why do you think the men didn't take advantage of this? All the laws and all the bullshit, like, hey, all the black men are being arrested of marijuana. And here we had the women taking advantage of the situation and doing it very, very well. How long I've been ordering from you again?
10 plus years.
Okay, explain that, Universal. Why haven't the men been able to take advantage of this? We passed the laws for them.
Taking the easy route. You know, it sounds like these women decided to take to play the long game instead of just going, all right, I'm just going to stay here and sell this weed on the corner. They said, how do we maximize profit, serve a demographic that wants it, and see where this goes?
Do you feel like, why do you think the men haven't called in? Why have the men haven't taken advantage of this opportunity?
Might not have a network.
Honestly, I think that, you know, the laws were always written against us, especially the black community when it comes to cannabis. So, you know, it's just, it wasn't written for us to even get into this lane, even be a minority. And you see that the big tobacco companies, they're coming in and they're trying to take over this lane as well, which is why a lot of growers in California aren't able to renew their licenses because they're making so many loopholes that you have to go through to X them out, because eventually they want to, you know, capitalize and maximize on this lane.
But that didn't stop you guys, though.
Yeah, why didn't it stop you then? So, go ahead, HB.
No,
Honestly,
I think she said it though.
He said we play the long game, and then also we know our demographic. We don't publicly advertise. We do have a lot of clients that can't get cannabis cards because of their jobs. So, you know, we just fly under the radar.
Hold on, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Some clients may have government jobs, clearances and things like that they cannot get a medical license, you know, and that these products that they get from us is helping them health-wise. It's not about getting high anymore. It's about what, you know, it can do for your body.
Hold on. So what you're saying is that the people that are in the middle space that work for government jobs where the weed has been made legal, but their government jobs precludes them from smoking, you've been able to fill that void, because otherwise they'd have to go into a dispensary, provide paperwork, and that might get
exactly
them, right. I understand, right?
Exactly.
But legal. Someone said weed. I thought weed was legal now, but it's not legal on the federal level if you have a top secret security clearance. Is that right?
Correct.
Do you deliver to like people that you know? Like I know you deliver one of my buddies, and you know he's a good guy. But do you deliver to people that like are like famous or not famous but politically connected, stuff like that? Have you ever?
I'm not liable to say that.
Yeah.
But you know, we're in the DC area, and I mean, you come across a lot of different people, and so you know, it's you know, DC's a big melting pot. You never know who you might meet at the bar or whatever the case may be. So, you know, it just depends.
Let me ask you this question. You know, my audience is really curious. You know, do you deliver like in like the affluent areas?
The what areas?
The affluent, the rich areas, like Georgetown.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Potomac, Wardolph, not Wardolph, but Fort Washington. You know, some really nice.
How about Georgetown?
Yep, we go Georgetown. We go as far out to Germantown. We go as far as out to Manassas, Chantilly, Ashburn, Sterling. Yeah, that's why sometimes our ETAs be a little low.
Wait a minute, hold on. Like the people in the audience don't know what type of people in Ashburn, Chantilly. What type of people in Ashburn, Chantilly?
Oh, it's the type of people that's out there in those areas is, you know, working professionals that's making really good money. People that are in tech companies, you know, wives of CEOs that, you know, travel and things like that. So they're at home and they want their products and they can't necessarily leave the house or leave the kids and things like that. So.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you know, again, we highlight this shit on the channel. And again, the aspect that's most interesting to me is that you're women. That's an element. HB, what you said? What do you thought about that?
No, I knew this was a really good. As soon as they started legalizing it, I already saw women getting into it, especially because I know how the weed game is. You know, a lot of guys, they can't conquer that carnality. So you deliver to some, you know, pretty girl, you're gonna shoot at her. You know, you're gonna shoot your shot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is that what you think? Like, go ahead, HB. Sorry.
No, and I think it is like a safety thing too for a lot of women. They much prefer to buy from another woman. And John, I'm telling you, man, almost I would say maybe 85% of the professional women that I've met come across, bro, they all smoke weed, man. They all smoke weed.
They want to buy from women. That's amazing.
They would prefer to buy from women. They would prefer to buy from women.
Yeah.
What?
Agreed.
It's like a woman barber. It's like a woman barber or some shit.
When you put it like that, that's a good example.
Amazing.
That's a really good.
I think what she said really she knows her clients. She knows her the majority of people. Like John, times have changed, man. More girls are smoking weed, more girls are playing video games. You gotta know like who you're marketing to.
And you know, growing up, well, I don't know, smoking tobacco was a thing back in the 60s and 70s, and women did smoke cigarettes. So, you know, they had a lane too back then. So women always smoked. I remember my grandma, she was born in 1926, rest her soul, but she smoked cigarettes too. I'm from Winston-Salem. So Winston-Salem was tobacco country, RJR Reynolds.
Hold on, we got women in the channel saying, yeah, if I was, when I buy weed, I want to buy from a woman too. Yeah, damn, I never thought about that shit.
Yeah, knowing your demographic. But you know what, guys?
You're a man.
I appreciate this.
Speaking of weed smoking women.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you too.
Are you on your way, by the
Thank
way?
you. I appreciate it.
Are you on your way,
and,
by the way?
Nate, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll be sending that ETA to you.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. Y'all have a blessed one.
Well, yeah, I was about to say we do have a infamous weed smoker in the building, Lolo. Lolo, would you prefer to buy from a man or a woman? see, yeah, Lolo. And see, there is
man,
yeah, he might just give it to Lolo.
Well, I put it like this: if the quality is good, why not? I mean, our quality is just as, if not better, than what our competitors is offering. So, I mean, it's a preference, you know.
Hey, we have one more question. Can I ask you? How have the regulations affected people like you that don't own dispensaries versus the, like, explain it to us.
It's affected a lot. I mean, a lot of these pop-ups in DC, we've seen stuff slow down. We went through a really slow period at one point where we were even contemplating, like, is this even still worth it? Because, I mean, you can't beat somebody selling Ace for $20. So, like, I can't beat that, I got cars on the road. So it's like, I got to think about gas and expenses and maintenance. So it's like, it's the same thing like in New York. They got those shops up there, which they're closing down. But a lot of these pop-up shops have to close down by March 31st. So that's next week. So hopefully we'll see a increase on for us.
Hey, let me ask you this question: will you be willing to come back on and discuss the weed business with us? Man, you've been great on this channel. I think I see the comments in the chat. Like, you've been great. People would love to hear more of your insight on this. Would you be willing to call in?
Absolutely. You got my number, Nate. Just send me a text, give me a heads up, and I'd love to join.
Hey, what's my ETA though? This and that last question.
ETA is 20 minutes or less.
Say what? What'd you say?
20 minutes or less. 20 minutes or less.
I gotta smoke. I think I need a weed, man.
All right. Y'all have a blessed one.
Yeah, right.
Take care.
We bringing that raw ass dope in this month.
Yeah, she got that dope. She got that dope too, man.
Yeah,
She got that
yeah.
dope too.
God bless
It's
America.
Decent flower girls, by the way.
with weed, man, with being like selling weed, man, like the professionalism, man, people love that professionalism, and she sounds like a straight up professional, man. And that, bro, you'll pay a little bit extra just so you don't got to deal with Pookie and Ray Ray being all paranoid selling to you, like, damn, nigga, I ain't trying to rob your dumb ass, I'm just trying to cop a bag, man. Why you on the phone? Nigga, shut up. You selling me $20 worth of weed, man. Shut up.
Universal, let me ask you this question.
What's up?
This whole country, we turn this whole country upside down, weed laws on the backs of black men. Right? Would you say it's fair?
Yes, correct.
And now you just heard a sister that's doing very well in the weed industry. She don't got a nigga. Maybe she got a man or two working for her. I think I see him.
Yeah, a couple delivery drivers. Yeah.
Men are like, the women are like, they doing their thing.
Yes.
In a business that would be ideally suited, we pass these laws for the men. She provide a safe space for the women. All out in Alexandria, Ashburn. Now you look at the map of DC, those are rich areas where she's going to. Right? Rich areas. Right? Football players, executives, tech executives out in Ashburn. The women are able to do the business out there. The men they're like left in the shadows here. Very interesting, right?
Hey, Tyrone made a really good point too, man. Black men, the majority can't get in. We are convicted felons, and that is another aspect where the black women, they could take those spots. They got those clean records, man.
As I told you guys earlier, man, like, and I've said it over and over again, like, bro, like, I made my living as a young man, honestly, walking up to white people's houses with my lawnmower saying, "Can I cut your grass?" Hold on. Shit, what we get right here. Yeah, who is it? Who is it? Who's calling?
This Harold. Latino.
Oh, what's up?
Latino for Trump.
Yeah, what's up?
Not
Me no black puppy.
Not much.
Puppy.
You don't speak English.
Nah, I hear you guys talking about
Okay, Marino.
You guys
Rabondo.
Moreno está robando.
Arriba.
Marino.
Ándale.
Rabondo.
Oh my God.
Ándale.
Does anyone know what that
Moreno está robando.
means? Does anyone know what that means? It's what is it? Porque.
El Moreno está robando.
Porque Moreno esté robando. Do you know what that means, HB?
Absolutely not.
Tell him, Lieutenant, what that shit mean.
Like, why is the black man still?
Why the black man still? Oh yeah.
you know where that shit came from. You know where that shit came from.
God, it's crazy.
You know where that shit came from, HB. It was a nigga. It was a nigga down there in Texas, down your way, right? And then nigga spoke Spaniel. He spoke Spaniel. And he heard Cubano. He heard he's Cubano. He was Cubano, HB. And he was like, look, I understand what you saying about these niggas. Porque negro esto rubando. That's what he said about the nigga.
Yeah. I remember that story.
And so the black man, the Spanish-speaking black man wanted to take off for the niggas, but he don't steal. In reality, it's the niggas that was stealing, and I don't know, he took offense to it for whatever reason. His genetics didn't play out that way because he don't agree with stealing, but whatever. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Porque Moreno esto robado.
But to get to a point that HB made, where this convicted fellas that can't get licenses for dispensaries, That's not entirely true. It all depends on the state, because here in Massachusetts, if you were a convicted felon off of marijuana, right, you could actually apply, and you don't have to come out full amount. I think it's only 15% for ex-convict that's been convicted of marijuana. But for everybody else that hasn't, they have to come out full price.
But if you got like a robbery, or you're a murderer, they probably not gonna get that shit to you. Or you were selling crack or something.
Nah, you have to be like convicted of selling marijuana.
Okay, that actually is that's a little bit of reparations right there. Honestly, that's kind of reparations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, when you said that, I was like, not here.
I honestly kind of like that law. Like, if you were only convicted of selling weed, yeah, you should be able to get a weed selling license. Like, nigga.
Hey, Latino, let me ask you, HB University.
It only applies for
hold on.
for urban, so it only applies for black and Latino.
Latino University, HB. I want to know what you guys thought about my weed lady calling. Now, she's a lesbian, by the way. This is
well,
look, hold on. They're all lesbians. Flower girls are lesbians. What do you think about that? Tyrone, I'm gonna call you back.
They're probably studs.
Say what? They
They're
what?
probably studs.
Well, whatever. But what do you think about that, Tyrone? What do you think about it? My weed women are all lesbians. They're able to take advantage of the laws that probably would pass for straight black men, and these lesbians able to take advantage. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Man, I'm honestly, I'm not even sure what to think about it. I really think it's kind of like really ingenuitive that they were able to like use their race and their sexuality to build a business, and it's kind of it's kind of admirable. They could be out here protesting for LGBT rights. No, they get into the bag.
Get to their bag, bro.
Get to the bag.
Bro, like you heard HB. Hold on, HB. You heard it say like, bro. You may not be very familiar with the DC area, but like, bro, the areas that they're delivering to are very high end white areas, very high end. Yeah. Ashburn, like that's where the football players live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And by the fact that they're women, lesbians, maybe they provide that safe space. Like they ain't hitting on these women, these housewives, that are taking care of their children and want a little smoke, want a little edibles. But yet we pass laws to benefit by and large black men. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah.
Right? And here the lesbian women are able to like exploit it and take advantage of it. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Anyway.
Wow. I didn't know she didn't even sound like a lesbian. She sounded
What?
like a
I kind of fit. To me, she did. I kind of figured.
Nigga. You when she show up, I might go up and take a picture. You want to see?
Nah. Not she a lesbian. I don't really want to.
No, I guarantee
maybe I should bring on stream. Should I bring on stream? Let's see. Tell her to come through the back.
Cool as hell, bro.
Should I bring on stream? Tell her to come through the back. And see, you want to get in the studio right here? What y'all think?
If she's comfortable with it, I'm down.
Y'all want to see my weed dealer come get on stream? I'm gonna tell her to come through the back.
We met the other one, the white lady.
Oh yeah, Jenny.
Yeah.
Jimmy Cakes knows her.
Just fucking boy.
Yo, you want to know what's crazy, dog? You want to know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Literally, like 4 or 5 years ago, I used to do exactly what she did, but my business fucked up because when all this shit got legal here, it's like she said I couldn't compete.
Yeah, that's what she's saying, right?
Yeah, because I was selling my taste. Yeah, and I would deliver. I do all that, bro. Like it don't matter to me, man. I'll get to the money. But the problem was I couldn't sell an eighth for $20, bro.
Well, that's what she was saying was the problem for her is that, you know, when them eights went down to 20, like how could they compete? They thought about going out of business.
Hey John, let me ask you this: when she shows up, does she smell like weed? Does she smell like weed too?
Nah, I don't even know they smoke, bro. Honestly,
And see that's the professionalism. Because imagine you going into some high end luxury apartment building and they got a doorman and you walk in there smelling like weed. You can't conduct business like that.
Right.
People pay more for the professionalism. It ain't the weed. And I think that's what she offers.
you know, they give you. Hold on, they give you like updates, like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, like Uber. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing. I was always cordial. I never dude. I had hot chicks I served. I never try to holler at them. I always if they were short, I just gave it to them. Like I you know, they were loyal and shit. But like I said, man. But when that shit, I'm telling you,
though, Latino, you would be smoking on your way to go sell some weed, though.
No, because this is the thing, dude. It's like you said, I would be going to high end places. I had 2 places where I would go, so I would never. And most of the places I would go to was college and dorms and shit. So I don't want to be reeking like bud, bro.
Yeah,
never that. Like you know. But like on my time off, when I'm done, oh hell yeah, of course. And another thing, I don't like to smoke and drive, dude. Like I get panicked. Like I don't want to lose my license, like because they'll fuck you for an OUI. But
Yo, the nigga be brave going live on Stanley. Like, yo, Stanley's played Lady Boulez, Will Pity, over the reasons for anti-black bonding. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Let's see what Brave talking about. Let's see. Is Brave live?
I think he was. I know he was earlier.
What I was trying to say, well, you gonna keep on trying to throw out the way I ain't shit or some shit like that.
If you ignore statistics and go on with
I'm
saying,
not ignoring the statistics. I'm not saying it's
well,
not
you
a problem.
sure the hell did when you brought up white students.
What I meant by saying it doesn't matter, bro. When I'm saying it doesn't matter.
Was it my fucking
Brave be putting these niggas down.
Yeah. Get them niggas up out of there, man. Brave, get them niggas up out of there. Tell them you ain't.
how many people watching over there?
I don't know.
You ain't no. He ain't your bro, be brave. Tell him get up out of there. Don't call me bro.
Brave got 11 people watching right now. Yeah. Yeah, Brave not doing bad. Yeah, we ain't doing bad. You know, I like Brave. You know, I like Brave. You know what I mean? I like Brave. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no Brave. Got some background noise in the background. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Oh, it's the Universal. This is Latino. Yeah, anyway, what's up? Let's say here. HB, you been following this Adam 22 shit?
Yeah, I heard the feds came and talked to him. I'm not sure what they talked to him about. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna tell on everybody everything he knows, but
it's a matter of time before what 100. I don't see how he stays relevant through this. Like that nigga snitch, in my opinion. He benefits the most from like snitching on like Big U and all those people.
Yeah. That gang shit is a dirty game, though, man. I think Wack is protected. You know.
Yeah,
if you notice, he's only getting Wack is a blood. He's only getting Crips locked up. If you notice, I think he's good, man.
Damn, that's crazy, right?
Yep, it's a dirty game, man. They'll get your ass locked up, man.
Have you guys seen this? Let me see. You guys seen this?
Nah, what is that?
No, what the hell is it?
Is that Donkey Kong? Is that Donkey Kong and Mario Kart? What is that?
That's DK.
Is that Donkey Kong? I know you like Mario Kart, John. I didn't know you play video games, man.
That's Stanley on diabetes.
Wait.
Is that Stanley on diabetes?
From this camera angle, is this a Tesla? Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah, them Cybertrucks look different up close now.
So we got Donkey Kong hitting the Cybertruck. Ain't this a bitch? Salute to Brown Man.
Man, yo, Myron going in hard on DDG, bro. God damn, he going hard on that nigga.
I mean, yo, is he no longer with the Mermaid?
Yeah, he's not with the Bailey sister.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah, I knew that was going on.
Is Myron from the Sudan? He's from Sudan,
Yes.
right?
I believe so.
You know, my lady, one of my ladies, she went to work in the South Sudan, Juba. And then she ended up working in the North Sudan. And, you know, it is interesting that, you know, Myron is able to criticize the blacks while his people are having real serious problems over there. It is really interesting.
It is always kind of interesting, you know.
Yeah, it is very interesting. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna tell you, listen, my lady, she working in the Sudan, right? She working in Juba, South Sudan first. And the United Nations sent like refugee teams over there. She worked for the United Nations. Yo, they was shooting at the motherfuckers. Kimmy K know what I'm talking about. Because I talked to her about it when my lady was over there. And they was shooting these motherfuckers. She was like working, man, the United Nations sent like camps, like they create like little colony cities within these goddamn third world countries. So, but my lady was living off Union base in Sudan. So they had armed security that would take her to work every morning, blah, blah, blah. And it was total absolute mayhem. They had a guy named Salva Kiir. I think his name was Salva Kiir. Nigga, like, he was such an alcoholic, he had rotted all of his teeth out. Salva Kiir. And then years later, she had to go back to the North Sudan. I can't remember who was in charge there. But, you know, same shit. They're fighting the Civil War of sort. And so it's interesting how Myron can criticize the Black Americans while his country is like
going through the Civil War.
last 20 years or so. Again.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that go ahead, Adrian.
It's a really good grift though. You know, like criticize women, criticize black women, criticize black people. It's a really good grift now, and I think it's like low hanging fruit. It's really easy to criticize. You know, so you know, they found their lane. You know.
What's up, Lolo?
Lolo in the building. Lolo in the building. Kimmy Cakes in the building.
Lolo in the building. We got Lolo here. It was complete chaos, but her family knew a guy who smuggled them into Egypt. Her grandpa. Who's she talking about? Who's Kimmy Cakes talking about?
She's talking about one of her friends. She mentioned that one of her girlfriends was in there.
Yeah. DC is a place to be. DC is a place to be. Yeah, I think so. We'll be
Chocolate City. Shout out to Chocolate City.
Chocolate City, my nigga.
John, you ever heard of Harold's Chicken?
Yeah. You did Chicago, right?
Yeah, in Chicago.
Yeah. So I was planning on going to Harold's this weekend. Come to find out, it's closed down. So I was looking at the reviews and
No
stuff,
miles, bro.
and they were basic, man. They were going in on the reviews, man. Like you know, the chicken wasn't cooked properly, the fries weren't cooked properly.
Oh Lord.
I know Black's you know, he knows about Harold's. But you know the funny thing about it, when I first heard about Harold's Chicken down here in Texas, I looked into it and I was like, yo, why do they have a bar and why is it like a restaurant? They just frying chicken. Like what? You know, in Chicago, man, the Harold's Chicken, you go in, you get your food and you leave. You know, there might be 1 or 2 places to sit, but it's all they do is fried chicken. That's it. And I was just thinking like, man, when it comes to frying chicken, you don't need to make like a luxury environment to fry chicken. You don't need to have, you know, a bar and a sports themed environment, nightclub to fry some chicken. All you gotta do is fry some chicken. Like that's it. You don't gotta have like
chicken and fries, man. Chicken and sides, man. Chicken and sides, man.
Yeah. And when I was reading the comments, they were complaining about the service. I'm like, what service at Harold's? You don't get no service at Harold's.
Like, dude, you get your chicken and get out.
Yeah, you just get your chicken and leave. Like, what the hell service?
Hey, yo, it's like you know how when you like when you order something for pickup and you pick it up and then like you got a sign and then it says you want a tip. It's like, dude, I'm picking up my own food. Why should I have to tip you?
Nah. But it, you know, it just made me think that, you know, kind of what that lady was saying, you gotta really know your clientele. Like if you selling fried chicken and French fries, you don't really need to have like a luxury experience, you know? Like that's kind of counterproductive, man.
Yo, I tell
you,
you,
David Buster.
I watched it. Let me see if I can find this show. It was David Chang fried chicken. Fried chicken. And so David Chang had a TV show. You know who David Chang is? I know Kim Cates does.
David Chang.
David Chang had a fried chicken show called Ugly Delicious, I guess it was called.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
They made it universal.
Yeah, I remember that show.
I like women. Women like food. Right?
You sound familiar, man.
I told you guys. Basically, he went all around the world frying chicken, or like, you know, looking into cultures that fried chicken, and so he went to he had a black lady on the panel, so he went all over the world. Then we got back to Black America, and he was like, yo, what's the good fried chicken place in America? And she was like, you know what? Black Americans have been so embarrassed by fried chicken that, you know, it's like embarrassing for us, you know. And at the point that I think she didn't know that other cultures all around the world fried chicken.
Yeah.
Korean fried chicken is a very popular staple.
And you know why? The Korean, so during the Korean War, all those black GIs taught them how to fry that damn chicken. And to this day, Korean fried chicken is the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life.
I don't know if it's the best, but this is good fried chicken. You know,
no, I just mean they got this one. Okay. I'll give a caveat.
And I think that's like the propaganda that's been fed to black people too, where they feel ashamed of something that they could really monetize. They could monetize off of that. That's why I love like going to Harold's. Yeah, go ahead.
HB, that's what the show was all about. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It was.
Like when I saw the Heralds down here in Texas, I'm just looking at it like, yo, why are they doing all
because
this? Like,
HB, they tried to follow the business model that was in Atlanta. Atlanta has a Herald's, and they turned it into a sports bar.
Yo, how many of you guys remember when I told you the story about my dad who went to Tennessee State, and he told a story about the hot chicken restaurant in Nashville?
Yeah.
Remember that story?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that story, HP?
no, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So I may pull it up, but basically, I was talking to my dad a couple months ago now, probably 6 months ago. And anyway, he went to Tennessee State in Nashville, and so he was telling me a story about how the hot chicken concept, which we've all heard of, black man that started, it may be a Princess Hot Chicken or whatever. His restaurant was segregated. The whites had to go to the back of the restaurant. HB. This was during my dad's generation.
Yeah.
That man had such fire fried chicken that he could subordinate the blacks, the whites, and tell them to go to the back of the restaurant. You want this dope?
Wow.
You want this dope, nigga? You go to the back of the motherfucker.
But that was common. You know what I mean? It wasn't. Anyway, go ahead.
Now I'm just saying, like.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying.
And you fast forward 30 years from now, and black girl embarrassed on the David Chang shows you see on the screen of fried chicken.
Because
you gotta embrace what you're good at, bro.
Because they've been browbeaten by they've been browbeaten by other black people to be embarrassed about it, not white people. It's been or any other group. It's been other Negroes. Oh, I don't want to do that because there's a stereotype. What are you talking about? If you do it well, why not make money off of it?
And so, HB, like, I think everyone up here more or less has a proclivity to black women. Blacks is married to one. HB is dating one. Universal is dating one. I love my sisters. I ain't never fucked with no white woman. I don't know what it's like. I don't have no problem with no nigga to do. And so, like, I don't necessarily, honestly, I don't see it. I think there's black excellence. Like, my lovely lady Lisa, oh my Lord, I should call her right now. I'd be on to bring up on the channel. I love that woman. My African woman, I love these women. And so I don't see it. I don't see this excellence. I'm not putting down the Asian, but I love my black sisters. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, let me tell it, John.
I'm being honest with you, nigga. And so if my son brought home a lovely lady Lisa, I ain't got no problem with that. That nigga cheated.
You don't like black people, John.
That nigga brought me a woman like I like. I love these sisters.
No, HB.
You understand?
HB, there's another place. Do you remember so have you ever been out to Markham in Chicago?
Oh yeah.
You ever been a chicken coop?
Let me ask you this for
No.
Well, they got another.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. HB, if you brought home a Porsche, would you feel like if your son brought home a Porsche Universal Blacks, would you feel like there's some sort of excellence?
Bro, John, I'm gonna tell you something that's I'm gonna tell you something. This a little personal, but I brought Porsche around the family. Man, you would have thought I was going into space. How proud they were of me, man.
They pushed you, HB, they pushed you to the side.
This man said you would have thought I was going into space.
Like you didn't even exist. It's like Porsche was there by herself.
Like HB, like the whole culture dynamic. What you're saying is you didn't have to worry about that.
No. They were proud of me, man. I was like, yo, y'all gotta relax, man. Y'all gotta relax. But
right, man, when you gonna marry that girl?
Yeah, exactly. all my cousins, all my uncles, the aunts, you know, they were just so impressed, and I'm just like, man, y'all embarrassing me right now, man.
Right.
And hey, when I brought my wife to my mother, man, she was so happy, bro. Like, because it's her own people, bro.
But what I'm saying to you, HB, is there is a place called Chicken Coop. So go ahead.
Hold on, Black. I think that, you know, you blacks, Universal, you guys have been willing to dig through the muck and find that diamond in the rough. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, and it wasn't hard either. It wasn't difficult. I don't know. You know, when people tell me I just can't find a wife, I'm like, nigga, you're not looking. I don't know. I mean, really. And listen, I don't even just mean a wife. You know, that's just because I'm married. I'm saying they can't find a good black woman. I'm like, you're just not looking then, man, because you're going to all the dregs of society. You're going to all the dens of carnality. You don't have to be there to find these women. Why are you going there? All those women exist there. But if you want to find a woman that has high-heeled, beautiful, charming, you know, can take care of business, then you go to places that cultivate that, not these dens of sin that they keep claiming they can't find.
Right.
Miami, California. I mean, when I say California, I mean certain places like, you know, the drags in LA and etc. You know, places where these women want to just be pop stars and TikTok models and whatever. You know what I mean? There's plenty of women out here, man. Plenty. We live in a country of like how many million? Over 350 million people? Come on. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. What do you say?
You know, I think the other thing too, with a lot of black men forget, is that you gotta be in that mindset where you're kind of looking for a wife, not a.
I agree. Yes.
And
you're
I
absolutely
think
there you go.
And I think once you change your mentality on that, those women become a lot more abundant.
Prevalent. Yes.
Yep.
But before we go on, I just wanted to get back to that other conversation. There's a place here called What's Clucking. I know the owners. They make fried chicken with mild sauce and, of course, fried gizzards, all that. And it's in Plano, right by Willow Bend Mall. I go there. They make really good Chicago fried chicken with mild sauce, man.
Wait. Send me the.
I'll text it to you. I'm gonna text it.
Yeah.
But it is called What's Clucking. It used to be called Chicken Coop. When I saw it here, it was in Carrollton. I said, "That's a Chicken Coop from Markham." I used to go there from time to time because I lived in the hundreds. I didn't live too far away from there, and I was like, you know, and I heard about the Harold's here, and I haven't been to the one here. They even have a JJ's Fish here. But beyond that, I'm just saying that, yes, if you want your fried chicken with mild sauce fix, I got you.
Yeah, send me that immediately. I need.
Okay,
that.
I'll send that.
The best fried chicken I ever had was from Sage.
I need my.
We went 2 weeks ago. I always order the 24-piece fried hard
nigga, what do you mean? I'm ready to smoke. Nigga, just dropped off, and nigga, I'm ready to smoke.
I need some weed, man.
I'm about to roll up with you, John.
Man, we have a good time here, man. You know,
where's my weed at?
I ain't mean to interrupt you, but
no worries, man. It's your show.
No. You want our favorite penalties here, Smoke. You want our favorite penalties here, Black. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate it, man. I like coming. Let me I'm sending this to you right now, HB. Give me a second.
I need some weed, man.
Damn,
I just sent it to you, man. You should have it right now.
John,
I'm about to stop smoking. I'm about to stop drinking on stream.
Yeah, man, you gotta have to slow down on getting sauced, man.
It ain't just telling me. Honestly, I think about it myself, honestly, and I'm like, man, dude, and I don't really drink that much. Honestly, I only drink.
Oh, you don't?
No, I promise you this. I'm gonna tell you
No,
something.
you don't,
Look,
John.
wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna tell you something. Like, this is straight. And HB, we talk a lot. Universal, we talk a lot. A lot of times, I'm gonna tell you this. When you stream a lot, like we do here, and I'm home. I'm in my zone. So to do it for like yesterday, I did like the day before yesterday. I think I did 14 hours.
Wow,
something like that.
Wow,
Right? I am that nigga. Right? And you know what I'm saying? Like to do it, you gotta kind of have to be in your zone a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get up being talk straight sober for 14. Well, some people can, but I can't. Well, I ain't gonna say I can't, but I can. I can do that shit. Right? But you start getting comfortable, you start drinking, you get a little comfortable. But maybe I shouldn't do that, to be honest with you. And you've heard me talk a lot about DJ Academics, and that nigga be getting drunk on stream, and I like him. He's a Jamaican nigga. Kimmy Case, I see Kimmy Case in the audience. That's why I mentioned. He a real smart nigga. Hey, HB, you ever watch Poetic Flacco?
Poetic Flacco. Yeah. I've seen some of his videos.
A lot of people hate on that nigga because he's basically, they say he's trying to mimic
Academics.
Right?
Yeah.
And there was someone up here the other day that said, like, it was hood. Let me put the link in the chat for Kimmy Cakes. I want Kimmy Cakes to come up here. Because Hood said something. Did you hear what Hood said? Anyone hear what Hood said the other day?
Hood conservative? No, I didn't.
Kimmy Cakes would know. Hood said, living in New York, my Caribbean side of the family does better than my Black American side of the family. That's what Hood said.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I was here.
You heard him? Nigga, I ain't got loud, nigga. Kimmy Case, I would love Kimmy Case to come up here and talk about this because I noticed this shit when I first moved to New York. I was like, yo, these Jamaican niggas, they're different niggas. They different niggas. They different niggas. Kimmy K, she over here being modest. She ain't trying to destroy her channel. I understand, Kimmy K. You know what? Channel, fair enough. Like you don't know the difference. That's fair. I understand. But Hood, pointed out something that I saw in my own life living in New York. It's Jamaican niggas, like them nigga hustlers. You know what I'm saying? And the Black Americans, not so much. They're more like about getting a job. The Jamaican niggas, they're slaying jerk chicken out on the corner. They're just different people,
That's not a lie. I can't even.
Do we have Kimmy Cake come up here?
I can't even tell you how much that's not a lie. But
Kimmy Case is a real good friend, but Kimmy Case is not going to admit the Jamaicans are like they got an advantage. So go ahead, Kimmy Case.
Wait, what's the question?
I'm sure I ain't listening.
Kimmy Case, as a Black American, when I moved to New York, it was not very. It was obvious how different the Jamaicans were from the Black Americans. I'm just being honest. Right? When I used to go to Brew nightclub, and I saw how those Jamaicans collaborated to like have a bar and had the motherfuckers out like selling food down the street. I'm like, damn, these Jamaican niggas are different. That's on Norm, Down Drink Lounge, and all these other Jamaicans. Nostrand Avenue, goddamn, all that Flatbush, Rogers Avenue, all the Jamaican niggas would have hit the pack. Would you see this thing? Kimmy Cakes. Anyway, so that's my thought, guys.
I'm sorry, my reception it was not good, but I'm good now.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. Like, I think from my standpoint, the upper echelon Jamaicans, Stanley, or someone like Stanley, and I'm not talking about Stanley in general, but Stanley would have been okay with a Kimmy Cakes coming in with his son. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. I don't know if he would have been.
Nigga, the way he lawed on you, goddamn Kimmy Cakes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Stop being oblivious.
If you can't be honest now, I'll put you down. The way that nigga laws on you, if that nigga's son brought you in, that nigga like, woo.
Cam up at the right time.
Right? My son did his thing, right? But you're Caribbean.
Yeah.
You are Caribbean. Right?
Yes.
And I think that what Stanley will recognize, University, correct me if I'm wrong, HB, correct me if I'm wrong, but Stanley will recognize that cultural difference, that your ass ain't gonna be twerking. You ain't gonna backdoor no nigga. And Stanley would recognize that intuitively and like, this is a good woman for my son. Would you say that, Universal? Would you say HB?
Absolutely. Kimmy's not gonna slime anybody out. No.
That's
right. Oh, I don't.
That's just, I know. I've been knowing her for too goddamn long. Like, there's a reason why Stanley says, I want a daughter like her. You understand? I know her for a long time. She get up here on the panel. You see how she dragged these niggas out the ATM vestibule smoking weed. That's why Stanley recognized it. But there are many, and Kimmy Cakes is Jamaican, right? Kimmy Cakes? You're Jamaican, correct, Kimmy Cakes?
I think she stepped away.
But anyway, I think it is that culture that Stanley, I don't mean focus on Stanley, but I think it's that culture that Black Americans want. Like the solidarity, that moral culture that the Jamaicans have, and I don't think the Black Americans have. So when Stanley sees his son as an example with, a person of high moral culture, it's easily acceptable. Would you say this fair?
I would, yeah.
What do you think, HB?
HB just dropped off. I think he lost reception. But we got Blacks and Stanley's here too.
What do you think? Stanley, Blacks? What do you think? And again, Stanley, no one here, I think no one here has ever disrespected you. Would you say this fair? No one here has ever called you out your name, disrespect you. They laud you, bro. And I think that you took it the wrong way. The way maybe I was a little insensitive, but I think your son demonstrated, what a lot of people can see is that he's elevated himself above the Black culture. And that's a success story, honestly, in my opinion. What do you think, the University? Am I wrong by that?
No, I think that is a part of the American success story, is elevating yourself beyond what we deem to be the culture. The culture is infested with so much negativity that any glimpse of something different can be seen as a level of success.
Bro, if he had brought home a Cardi B, if he had brought home a Cardi B, bro, niggas would have been trolling Stanley in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
They can't troll it. They can't troll this nigga because he done brought home a good woman. They can't troll him for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, nigga, if my son and daughter brought home an NBA young boy, niggas be in the audience trolling me like hell. They would. But you can't say shit to Stanley's son because that nigga stepped his game up. Or the game, he already had the game. He ain't have to step up.
Right.
You gotta tip your hat to that, my nigga. I got a nigga. Let me call this fucking nigga on the phone. I'm gonna call this nigga. I want you here, Stan. I want you to hear a nigga. I want you to hear a nigga say, I hope this nigga work for Facebook and all this kind of shit. Let me see.
Welcome to the panel, Juan. Hopefully you're doing well.
You don't know how well your son is done, bro. Honestly. Right? It's a new world out here, Sam. Hopefully that nigga answers on this. He probably busy building data center.
Your call has been forwarded.
You know, by the way, I'm gonna have this nigga come up on the channel. He's gonna do an AI playlist. A man who builds AI data centers. He's gonna come up and he's gonna do like get cracked type. He's not gonna have any open panels, live chats. It's gonna be like pre-records on building data centers. A guy who goes out and builds AI data centers. He went to the NVIDIA conference day or so ago. He's gonna talk about all that shit. I think you'd find it interesting. Yeah. Black excellence, by the way. He is black.
Yeah, rose above the stereotypical culture, which is the goal. And I don't believe that it has to always do with education. I know that's been one of the big focuses around it. Because really, are you able to make it in this gangster country in a way that's not causing any harm or damage to yourself? Can you build either a lifestyle for your individual self or a family?
Well, my question to add to what you're asking, Universal Jones, is the family dynamic. Because, for example, with my ex-wife, Mexican families and Latino families, they're extremely united, and Haitian families and Jamaican families, I've seen the same thing. When I would go to Houston or when I would go to Little Rock, they're extremely united, and I don't see that with the Black American families here. They're a lot more fractured. Do you think that has something to do with that as well?
Agreed. Absolutely.
Blacks, you can chime in. I don't want to do all the talking if you.
No, I apologize. I had to step away for a moment, but absolutely, the Black family is fractured, and for various reasons and factors, but that is the crux of the issue. It's a fractured whole, and I rightly don't know how to patch that. I have ideas, but a lot of my ideas are wholly discounted because nobody wants to deal with the truth. So I'll leave that there.
And I get.
Did we lose Stanley? Where the hell did Stanley go? He was up here.
I think he's on pause.
You up here, Stanley? You're more than welcome to chime in, man. Like, I want to offer my apologies if you felt like I was, insulting you or whatever. But again, I think a lot of these Black people, like, this is a success story for them.
What happened?
Stanley thought the last thing that I did was negative towards him, and I tried my best. Anyone that came up on the panel is like wanted to focus on Stanley. I was like, yo, let's get away from that. Let's abstractly talk about it. Like, a successful young man, what would you want for your son? That was really the question, right?
Oh, okay.
And as I showed on Twitter, there's all these Black women scrolling. They're like, what do they call it when you're tweeting, you're in like high demand. What was it called? Like,
what do you
mean?
mean?
They're trending.
Oh,
yeah, it's trending.
Okay, yeah, trending. Okay.
It's a Black crime and violence, and if you had your son, you had a son that could go above the fray. I can't blame him, bro. I honestly, I can't blame him.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you. So my son finally realized how much MLB players make. For instance, this is just an aside. He looked it up. I came home from whatever I was doing, and he was sitting with his mother, and he was like, "Dad, I finally saw how much MLB players make." And I said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, now, huh?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Now this just makes me want to do what I'm doing even harder." Because he plays baseball. But I said, I'm like, and even if you make the minimum, you're still a millionaire. You just get in, you just hop on the ship, you're a millionaire. I said, but don't think that this is for me. I'm like, I'm not doing this so you can take care of me. I have my own money, and your mother has her own money. I'm like, but this is for you. I'm like, this is the legacy that we're trying to help you build. And then you can, I said, I will take a cruise around the world. That's disgusting that you just brought on the screen. I did see this. I did see the comment he made. That man is foursquare for whatever they tell him to do.
Yeah.
He's foursquare for whatever they tell him to do. It's very sad. He ruined his son. Him, his biological mother, and that harlot he married.
If you don't want to see what he has written on the screen, I'm going to read it out.
Yes, I did.
Is this just proud that I got to see this day.
Is this D-Wade's son?
Yeah, this is his son. Or daughter, whatever the fuck you want to call him. And this is Dwayne Wade.
Oh my God, man. So sad.
How many of you niggas will write this tweet? Was it just proud, baby, that I got to see this day? How many of you niggas write that?
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. No.
Universal, what do you think? Would you write that?
No. No. This is a lot, man. You know, Black just said, you know, he ruined his son, and I think he ruined his legacy of what could have been.
Man, let me tell you guys.
Where did they go from here?
Kimmy K, she would know best more than anybody here. When my kids went to school in New York, they brought a homework assignment home. It's like, show the heroes, like paint the heroes. I can't remember exactly what it was. And it was like firemen, EMT motherfuckers, whatever the fuck. But there were no police officers. And, you know, I just think it's interesting. Like, you know, these people are, you know, Dwayne Wade and all, they transform society into like, really like, they view this shit as some kind of like normal. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Every time I saw this come up, someone had said, "Yeah, he's definitely his daddy's son." The post that I saw. And all I'm saying is this. You know, he sacrificed his son on the altar of Satan. He wanted his celebrity so bad he was willing to sacrifice his son's masculinity, his son's mental sobriety, and just fed into this psychosis. And it's very sad to see that these people can rationalize this man dealing with this insanity. This is crazy, man. There's no way. And then what makes it even, what puts a cherry on top of this boo-boo Sunday is that this boy, a transgendered woman, is dating a transgendered man, or was. It was a white girl who became a boy. It doesn't make, it's topsy-turvy land. It's deliberate. And I want no parts of it, man.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah.
Sacrifice this boy. And the mother did. I remember at first the mother. I remember at first the mother was fighting tooth and nail, supposedly. After a while, she kind of disappeared into the ether and kind of just accepted it and let it go. Yeah. And why does it matter, Stanley? It matters because they throw it in our faces ad nauseum. And so it begs the question.
Well, the question. Speaking of questions, my question to you, Blacks, was: isn't this Dwayne Wade's only son?
Yeah. No, it's not his only son. He has
two
an
more.
older son who plays
Okay,
ball.
because I was going to say, if this was his only son, he just killed his family line. Your bloodline dies with that boy that you just transitioned.
You know, yeah, this is his second son, and yeah, here we are. You know, and this comes from a guy. You know, I saw D Wade coming up. Well, thanks, Stanley, for the insult. That's all you can engage in. You can't do anything with clarity or being poignant. But thank you. But when it comes to Dwayne Wade, seeing, you know, having been second removed from his family, seeing his mother and the rest of these people being at his mother's house growing up, you know, this when he started acting this way, it was completely out of left field. There was no way he didn't act like this at all. From just my small time with him and his family, and so for me, it still boggles the mind.
I wonder what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to continue to get a push of this type of behavior as the quote unquote DEI has taken a hit. So it's going to be interesting to see how this manifests over the next few years.
I think we will. They're not.
I think so.
They're not very keen on relinquishing this stance. They're consistently pushing it. It may not be as mainstream, but they're just regrouping, and it'll bear its ugly head in some other form. I don't know.
Sure, I agree with that assessment. I think the regrouping parts was important. It's not going to be the same, but it's going to still be present.
Yeah.
What's up, Latino? You was going to say something. Oh,
was Latino saying something?
And why does this matter to this panel?
No, I'm just saying it never matters until it hits home.
Always. And you know, there was a recent decision, and this is kind of an aside. It harkens back to a conversation that was being had about violence. You know, you saw that big fat dude on the go-kart trying to destroy that vehicle. There was a 7-2 decision by the Supreme Court recently that was basically said that violence didn't have to be overt, in a sense, saying you didn't have to be the trigger man, and the precedent was set because of a 2017-2018 case where some Italian crime family, one of their bosses was put in prison because he tried to get Crips to kill one of their lackeys who was double dipping, as it were. And he was given 25 years, 300 months, so about 25 years in prison. And 5 of those years came from, what was it, the I can't remember the decision made. There was a decision about violence, basically stipulating that you didn't have to be the person to commit the violence. He was saying, I did not attempt to kill anybody because I didn't have the weapon. I was not trying to kill anybody, but it went all the way up to the Supreme Court. They ruled against him. So it set a precedent. So that means people, the ones who burned the Teslas and the ones who created the group me's blasting out the locations of Teslas, will now be culpable for that sort of violence.
Also, politicians.
Yeah, I mean, you could say politicians. You know, they'll find their way.
Somebody like I don't know, Jasmine Crockett, should I say?
Yes, Juan knows exactly what I'm talking about. Juan, yes, there was an affirmative finding, but it didn't matter because he ordered the hit. And I'm just saying this solidifies it. This Supreme Court decision solidifies it. So I'm saying just get ready for people to use this precedence liberally.
So Yellow Breezy is fucked. Little Dirk is fucked.
Well, Yellow Beezy is a, first of all,
it's kind of the same thing though, right? Like, I mean, they said it's somebody else.
Yellow Beezy is a, I don't even understand why people even regard that man as in. Never mind.
Really quick before we continue, I'm gonna let you two hold the panel down. I'm gonna drop in the back until John comes back, just to let people up, so you two can hold it down.
Okay, man, no worries. Yeah, Yellow Beezy is crazy. And that whole situation is crazy. Hey, are you Puerto Rican or Dominican?
So I'll tell you my story. So
Yeah.
both of my parents are Dominican. My mom comes from the northern part of the Dominican Republic, and my dad comes from the southern part in the city. And my grandmother. So the way my grandmother got her papers was because she basically filed and she got it because of her lineage, because I guess her mom, which is my great grandmother, which is African, was a slave. So since she got sent out of the U.S., I guess, and she decided to stay in DR. That's the reason why we got our papers so quick, because technically she's American.
Wait, so your grandmother,
my great grandmother,
my bad, your great grandmother was a slave here in America.
Yeah.
And she was sent to the DR.
Yeah, because like there were ships that basically.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that shipped out. Like you had a choice to stay in or leaving, and she decided to leave.
Wow, history, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
That's great history.
Yeah, so well, that happened. My dad ended up getting his paperwork. So back then it was different. Like you didn't have to be like a citizen per se to get your to like ask for your partner. But now things have changed. So at the time, my dad was just a resident. He asked for my mom, and we all got to come to Puerto Rico. I was born in Puerto Rico. My sister was born in Puerto Rico, but my oldest two brothers were born in the Dominican Republic. So I actually got to meet my oldest brother when he was 8, and my other one when he was 6.
Well, what is the age difference? How old are you?
I was 3.
I'm saying, how old are you now? Is what I mean.
Oh, now I'm 36. I mean 37.
Okay, all right. So you were born, and so your older brothers are what, 6, 7 years older than you?
My oldest is 6 or 7 years old, and my other one is like 3.
Cool, man.
Basically, like 2 to 3 years apart.
Well, that's amazing. Well, I mean, you got your citizen. So, is it a citizenship, or are you? I'm sorry, are you nationalized, or are you
now? My kids would be, I believe, 3rd generation.
Okay. So you're not a green card holder.
No,
you're
just
you are a citizen.
Yeah,
full fledged. Got it, man.
My whole family.
Dude, there are so many different ways. The stories to tell.
Like for instance, I have a friend of mine, right? So his grandmother is her parents are Puerto Rican, right? So they migrated to the Dominican Republic a while back when they used to cut the sugar cane in the Dominican Republic. So they used to have Puerto Rican workers come to the Dominican Republic, for agriculture.
Yeah.
So that's how his grandmother was born in the Dominican Republic. So, but her parents were Puerto Rican, and because of that, they got paperwork to come here too.
Wow.
Yeah.
kind of like a Windrush situation, you know.
Yeah, dude.
The Windrush generation in
yeah, because there's
England.
people that wait like
Mhm.
30, 40 years and they never get it, dude. Like with us, with my dad, when he asked for it, it only took him like 2 years.
Wow.
It was
Due
quick.
diligence, man. Good on your dad.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
thanks
on
to
your
my
dad.
grandmother. She was the one that made it happen.
Yes. Well, she deserves all of the praise for that. All of man, I can't even think. all of the support and all of the credit for that.
She was a trooper, man.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, here in the tumultuous time we're dealing with, man, citizenship being a factor for so many people. You know, I get into these LinkedIn chats. Well, I don't answer. I just read them, and I see people getting incensed about all of these students being deported from these high I call them high universities, like you know, the Princetons, the Columbians, the Harvards, and not all Ivies, but high universities.
Yep.
They're getting deported because of their support for Hamas. It's crazy the arguments that people make, and you're like, wow, man. I'm like, they're not citizens. They're not entitled. They're not entitled to the same protection.
I get that. And I understand that. But where it gets tricky for me is like if they haven't, like for instance, with that guy that they want to get rid of, you see like how he shut down that building and he had people in there that wanted to get out. That's basically like kidnapping in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
The dude from Colombia.
Yeah. I'm
University,
saying
right?
they don't get protections.
Right. So this is the thing. Yeah. Like him doing that, it's like, yeah, you should get deported. Like, fuck that.
Agreed.
But if you just like, I don't know, protesting with other people that have license to have a protest, right? Like, I don't think that like you should keep those people quiet because they're not citizens. Like, it's just bullshit.
Well, no, it's not about keeping them quiet. It's about being studious and understanding the situation that you're in. You don't get to do whatever you want. You're not a citizen. If you're a guest here, unless you have diplomatic immunity, in which we couldn't prosecute you, but we can deport you to your country of origin. If you don't have, somebody has some background noise. If you're not a citizen here, you're not entitled. If you're not a citizen here, you're not necessarily entitled to the First Amendment wholly because you don't have citizenship here. You're here as a guest. And the State Department ultimately makes that decision. Okay, yeah, well, hey, you flew a little bit too close to the sun, son. So we're gonna have to get rid of you. Period. And people keep talking about the legality. Go ahead.
I was going to say the same thing applies for people that are applying for their permanent residence. A lot of people don't realize that. And a lot of people that are getting caught up are people that are affiliated with political parties that are either leaning toward the communist side or leaning toward the socialist side. And they forget that the questions when I'm helping somebody file an I-485 or when we're doing a DS-260, one of the questions is, number one, are you a member of the Nazi Party? Well, of course, that doesn't apply because that was 90 years ago, right? But number two, are you a member of a communist or totalitarian party? And that's where they get hemmed up because now they're supporting RevCom. Well, that's the revolutionary communists. They're supporting Partido de Trabajo. Well, I'm sorry, that's a communist party. And then they spread that bullshit here in the United States and then wonder why they're facing detention. And I'm like, we tend to frown on the communists. Sorry. I mean, we have some progressive people, unfortunately, but you know, the laws are still the laws. We tend to frown on that.
Yes, agreed. And that's the point. The point is very simply, you're not entitled. You're not entitled. You're here. You're a guest. You're not entitled. And it would be the same if I were to go to any of their countries which I've been, and started talking flagrantly. In Germany, man, you understand how Americans have it in Germany. You can be sued, you can be thrown in jail just for questioning rules in Germany.
Yeah, England is getting like that too.
Mexico, believe it or not, has a similar article in their constitution where if you're a foreigner and you do something that's contrary to Mexico or the Mexican people, they can throw you out as well at will, and you have no court, you have no due process, and they can ban you. It's a lifetime ban.
Yeah, America is just the big dog on the block, and so everybody wants to utilize the morality angle or due process angle with America. I'm like, but you are receiving due process. The due process is predicated on our laws. If you're here in our country, you have to follow our laws. And if we interpret your actions, the powers that be, interpret your actions as being against our interests, well, guess what? You just bought yourself a one-way ticket back home where you can do that.
Yep.
Real quick, where I have a problem. Real quick, where I have a problem is with the SECOT system. Sending people to SECOT, and not necessarily sending them, because if you're confirmed and you have an MS-13 tattoo on your forehead, go.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not doing it because I feel sorry for them, but there's a case that I'm paying close attention to right now where we actually deported a U.S. citizen, and he's over there right now. And so my question is, for the sake of my boss and for the sake of other immigration attorneys or attorneys in general, what is the scope of due process? And that has not been answered, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah, and that is unfortunate. And this is just my sentiment, how I see it. He's an MS-13, but he's a citizen, so then he is our problem, and we need to deal with him here in America because he's a citizen. Whereas if he were not a citizen, well, then it would be cut and dry. You got to go. So I'm not a zealot for anybody in office, but I do believe that I do believe in the right to citizenship, those who are citizens here in America. And if you break our laws, then you got to deal with it. Yeah.
Well, this guy's not MS-13. To be clear, I was just simply using an MS-13 member as an example, so that people don't say, "Well, Juan's a bleeding heart guy." No, I'm not a bleeding heart guy. If you are not from this country and you're a member of a gang or you're a member of a cartel, I mean, I do live in South Texas. Then bye. I don't want you here.
Yeah, you got to go.
Juan, yeah, you got to get the hell out of here. Juan. However, if you are a citizen, what is the extent of due process that you have so that you can prove that, yes, you're supposed to stay here in the United States and not end up 1,500 miles south of here?
One. My question would be, when they grab this guy, like, what is it that these people do? They just put him on planes and send him?
Well, they can't now. It's blocked. They can't send them anywhere now. They're completely blocked.
You can only detain.
Because this is
by a lower court.
There was a TRO by a lower court that was denied, and then they filed an emergency stay of the denial. So these guys aren't going anywhere for now.
I mean, this is the reason why shit like this is happening. I mean, if you go back to when Obama was president, where shit was done properly. I mean, I'm not trying to give Obama too much props here, but when he was president, shit was done properly. People were held, people were processed, and then they were deported.
It usually is like
and you were just detained here, and that's it.
It usually is like
determined.
Go ahead.
And if it was determined, if they made a claim that they were a U.S. citizen, they
look at it.
had. Yeah, they looked at it and they looked at it. They had either a 309 hearing in the immigration court, or they went straight to the federal courts here in South Texas. And if you were determined to be a U.S. citizen, the judge would tell you've been a citizen since such and such a time. Good luck, and you get to face our prison system. I mean,
look.
Exactly.
Look, there's simple. Listen, there's simple ways of proving that you're a citizen, right? If the government can't find this information, then you yourself, as a person that's trying to provide for your innocence, right? You should have documentation, and these documentations that you should have, if you were born in the U.S., you should have a birth certificate. That's one. Two, you should have a social security, and three, you should have at least a passport, man. something saying or
That can
specifying that
adjudicate
you are a
your
citizen.
citizenship.
Well,
Like,
the thing is it
like,
gets
it's just ridiculous that people don't have this type of shit, and I have all three.
well, they don't, and the reason why is because here in the Southwest, in South Texas and in New Mexico and Arizona, all of that was Mexico at the time, and so when they became the U.S. territories by way of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, when Texas became a state, what happened was you had people that whose grandparents were there when it was Mexico, and they did not want to Americanize their kids for nothing. And I understand that. I mean, shit, if Texas were taken over by Mexico and they offered to Mexicanize my daughter, I'd be like, no.
But let me ask you this
not.
Let's ask this question. In the scope of things, how many people do you think that is? Because that
right now,
it's Hidalgo was a long time ago. So how many people do you think that affected currently in this day and age?
It's still affecting people. When I was on the other channel, Blacks, and I was doing my day drinking in front of you guys because we celebrated a win, an appellate win. That was one of those cases. It was we basically had the two-step. We had to prove that the grandparent was a U.S. citizen. We did that, and then we had to prove that the parent was a U.S. citizen. And that was the more difficult because they don't have what the common sense stuff that you guys are talking about that they would normally have. You would have, your birth certificate, passports, things like that. And when you don't have things like that, you're looking at testimony. And when people are dying off, your back is against the wall and the clock is against you. So you're doing these affidavits, these sworn affidavits, recording conversations, and getting as many of those as possible. And that's what when we have cases like that, that's what we went off of.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, I'd argue that the greater issue here would be those who, for instance, when we were younger, we didn't have to have a Social Security card or immediately upon birth. For instance, my mother had to apply for my Social Security card and my younger brother's Social Security card at the same time. I didn't even have a Social Security number for the first 2 years of my life in Chicago.
That's crazy.
And because the law was you didn't have to have it immediately. Now,
as long as you had the number.
Exactly. So we didn't have the card. We had a birth certificate, but we didn't have a Social Security card. So me and my brother, we got our Social Security numbers the same day. We're one digit off. Our Social Security numbers are one digit off from one another.
Where we mess up, I think, I look at like Puerto Rico and I look at Mexico, for example. In Mexico, they have a population number. They call it a corp number. And when you're born, you're given a corp number, and that corp number is fixed to your number one. It's fixed to your voter ID, your credencial elector. It's fixed to your driver's license, and it's fixed to your birth certificate and eventually your passport. And in Puerto Rico, it's the same thing. El número de registro for your birth certificate, and that goes to your Puerto Rican driver's license if you're over there, things like that. Here in the United States, we don't do that. Like in the mainland, in the mainland, you have a Social Security card, you have a Texas ID card for me. I have a school ID card, and it's like 15 or 16 different numbers. And I'm like, why not just hook them all up with your damn Social Security number, make it easy? And if you've been in the penal system, it's even worse. You have a BOP ID, you have a Texas SID number. You have
all those things. Yeah,
you have all those things where I would say just give you a Social Security number and link everything with your Social Security number. Bam.
Juan, was you born in Puerto Rico?
No, my grandfather was born in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. Now, because it was at one point in my life around like 2010, I had to get my birth certificate, and I had to go to like the consulate, like here in City Hall and shit. Yeah, because
here in Texas, if you were born here, like 4 of my children were born here, you have to make sure. You have to be you have to be a citizen. No, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, but that's crazy, Juan, about that citizen getting deported. Like, what was the reasoning, if you could say, if you could tell? Oh, Wanda's not even on here anymore.
Are you gentlemen all done talking? I don't know what happened. I stepped away.
I had to step away for a moment. I had to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You had a phone call?
Yeah. No, I was just saying, if you were born here in Texas, you can't. You can. There's only a certain amount of birth certificates you can have when you are. If you don't have, I'm sorry, if you lose one. I'm just losing my train of thought. There's only a certain amount of birth certificates you can request.
Okay.
After that, you're SOL.
Nah, but there was a time in Puerto Rico I had to, like, now I'm in Puerto Rico, but here I had to re-get one since I was born in Puerto Rico because they were issuing new birth certificates to each Puerto Rican because, you know, the Dominicans be migrating over there. And, like, they use the paperwork and shit. Yeah, so they had to, like, you know.
Yeah, countries do business their own way, you know, and even it's and the point here is it's crazy that everyone else gets to do it their own way, and America is scrutinized ad nauseum for doing it theirs.
Hey, gentlemen, I'm gonna shut the stream down in like 6 minutes. So.
Okay, I'm done, man.
I'm done. I'll see you.
I'll roll out. Appreciate you having me up. I didn't know if it was still on or no.
No, it's all good. I don't know where John went, so he's been gone for quite some time, and he was leading the stream, so I'll just shut it down because I'm gonna have to get busy on some other things real quick. But always appreciate you up on the panel, Blacks, man.
All right, you as well, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Take care, sir. Salute to Latinos for Trump for coming up and sharing. Stanley for coming up and sharing. All of you in the chat. Phoenix Fish, Kimberly, and Carter. Juan for coming up on panel. Rashu, salute. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well, sir. Black Manta, hope you're doing well. Hope you got some rest, man. You fell asleep on us last night. Black Manta, what's up? Let's see who else we had. Calvin, salute to you. Thanks for coming by today. Who else we got in the chat? We had Kimmy Cakes up here. Kimmy Cakes giving us the visuals. Salute to Brown Man, Alex Moore. Who else? Just scroll. Black. Oh, the Broke Genius. Salute to you. You got to come back up on panel, man. You got a lot of good perspective. It'd be good to have you up on panel as we keep this thing rolling. Tropes, salute. Virgo, salute. The Panelverse, salute. Who else am I missing here? Free Zone, salute. Tyrone for calling in earlier, salute. Everybody, man, just keep supporting the channel. This is Universal Jones. Glad to be a part of the team now. And we're going to keep some good content rolling. I'm sure somebody will be streaming at some point in the day, so just keep your eyes open. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe now. Hit that notification button so that you'll know when folks go live. Not quite 24-hour streams, but streaming pretty much every day. So if you enjoy the content here, make sure you come by and support the channel. So I'm going to close this thing out. Everybody take care of yourselves. Be safe, be well, and be constructive. And we'll talk to you again soon. Peace.